Oh, what is going on? What is going on? I am freshly back from Baltimore, and Wayseeker's freshly back from Pikes Peak. So there we go.
I think I win.
No, you've not. If you haven't seen a bunch of rats run across a street like it's a carpet before, you haven't lived yet. So I don't think you will.
Were you in New York?
No, it was Baltimore. Actually, they put out rat traps finally.
Don't worry about it. I've seen a couple of bigger rats that look like freaking small dogs. So don't worry
We'll
about
talk more about Baltimore next week when Pete finally wakes up from his partying on Friday night. Big shout out. I don't know. I'm not good at this. So like, one of our we ran into a bunch of people. I guess they're fans of the channel. That's how we're going to position them. They're fans of the channel. They're part of the family. You know, that's it. I like to call it that way. So they're part of the family. One of them, we'll just call him T. Me and Pete are doing our stuff, trying to get to dinner. And of course, I'm effing around and walking up the aisles, buying last minute stuff. And all of a sudden we hear, "Run a vision!" And I look and I turn and T's there and he's fucking coming at us with a dual lightsaber. Sweet as shit, dude. Fucking sweet as shit. He's got the Ahsoka shirt turned on, said hi, introduced the whole family. It was really cool. Just really a moment that stands out there. We appreciate everybody out there. I know we'll probably talk more about some other people too there and stuff like that, but just wanted to shout him really out. He particularly said he enjoyed the reviews of Ahsoka and stuff like that. So Wayseeker, you can eat it. There you go. Anyways, we've also got news, bunch of other stuff. We're going to go over some books apparently. Luckily, hey guys, I gotta say, last week I put out there like, hey, don't go over these books, or don't go out there and buy them. Somebody did buy them, but it wasn't because of that. It was because somebody decided to write an article right after that about what a first appearance was. So we'll just redo that. Anyways, add to our content. We'll do that after comic reviews. And by the way, we might have found somebody to take over comic reviews from now on. He was just so upset about having to read them all the time. He decided to spend 8 hours doing slides. So Jedi Johnson, let's see what he's got this week. All right, let's say hi to chat and get into that. What do we got? Nothing? Nothing, Wayseeker? Like Peak sucked all the energy out of you?
What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm. All right. It's another Star Wars Sunday. Let's go. Cheers. Peace. All right, Vader Prime. GT Key Comics. Thumbs up high. Thumbs up. Dang, man. They're doing it dirty to him. Happy Sunday evening, gents. Tommy, good to see you. Oh, wow. Yeah, that guy's going to want a bag soon. Let's all gather around the dark side fire and tell some tales of Star Wars goodness. We will. Cheers, cheers. Ed, saying hi for that algorithm. Thank you for saying hi for the algorithm. It's been a while. Dark Side Sunday, a fun. Yeah, Joe, we know who you got a crush on. We understand this. This is like
I
this
love
is the
her.
whole
I love Shin.
Yeah, don't even get Dom started on his.
his
triangle.
nonsense.
He's already
bullshit.
pushing for that.
Let's do it, baby.
Jeffrey, this is not fucking after hours, Showtime after dark, bro. Jeffrey Drake, hello all. Hello, Jeffrey Drake. We don't need that. Sarth. Oh, what's up? Dude, this is the funny thing. Hey, guess what character nobody has as their fucking thing? Yeah, Jedi. Look, do that again. Jedi, brew like this. Brew. No, don't smile. Brew. No, brew.
You got to get that orange
Get glasses.
Yeah, that's it. It's it. He's got it.
Take
What's
the glasses
up?
off.
He did it. He would look just like him. Is it wrong that I'm
not wrong?
No. The difference is his is a shit on. You can love Balin. He's actually good. BK, what's going on? I here to find out about Marco's arrest for public indecency. There's a bunch of female cops. Apparently, there's a lot of female cops in fucking Baltimore. And a lot of them love Marco. All right. Next up, Ruben, what's going on? Balin is a badass. He is. He really is. TMNT comic guy. Hey guys, great show. Already? Cool. Great show. I like it. Agreed. Dude, that'd be funny if T is TMT comic guy, because that's exactly what TMT said to us. Kingdom of Nerds. Oh yeah, fuck, man. Got to run into Brucifer and Sticks out there too. Holy hell. It was a clown foolery, tomfoolery type of shenanigans. I know some of you saw us. If you didn't, go back and watch that SNS show last night. We took you live to Baltimore. By the way, just saying right off the bat, no, I'm not going to do it. We'll leave that for Wednesday. John, what's going on? What's he got?
Don't worry. The Shin and freaking Sabine, the lesbian love stories on the way, baby.
No, stop, Dom. No, absolutely not. All right, it's going to be a good Sunday.
Dom has already wrote 4 chapters of his book.
That
It's
sounds
already
like a page turner.
halfway done.
Sabine comes in.
You got to do something because they can't even sell tickets in Seattle. So here we go. Hebrews for. Let's go. Let's get into news.
I got the best news we've ever had this week. It is really good. So we're gonna have some fun. But right off the top, Ahsoka episode 5 will be heading to theaters in 10 U.S. cities and also 5 foreign countries. It will premiere an hour before the premiere on Disney Plus on Tuesday night. So it's coming to Dom City. Dom's trying to get there.
I put my tickets in. I'm on the wish list. Hopefully, I don't know what happens, but
it's technically only headed to 9 because one city they didn't even sell any tickets to it in because nobody wanted to watch it.
Some they just haven't sold all of them.
There's a lot left over.
People in Seattle don't know what they're missing. That's all the other cities, I guess.
I think can we say they should probably just change the title of the show from Ahsoka to like Balin or Sabine? And I think it would do way better. I think the show would do way better. Just to let you know.
Or just like the Hunt for Thrawn. Like that's way better, right?
Yeah, or the Hunt for Thrawn or something. Yeah.
The title's horrible.
We'll talk about it later.
But we're going to talk about it. We named with this title. We'll have a discussion later.
By the way, Wayseeker's going to be super defensive, and he's going to try to frame stuff a certain way. Just know that it will be shot down today.
Episode 5, they're setting this up as the episode that's going to make or break the season. So we'll talk about it a little bit later. That's the reason they're putting this one in the theater.
That's dangerous.
I agree it's dangerous, but they're setting it up.
I don't know. I do think that it's very funny how they promoted absolutely none of this, and then all of a sudden this week, every influencer that has ties to Disney said that the last episode was the greatest show of all time. And I actually looked at some of the reviews, and they pulled a Dom. All they said was, "Hold on, stop down." All they said was, "It was the greatest show of all time because the next show is good. The next episode is going to be good."
Look,
how does it make? If the shit's not good, I'm just saying.
Listen, I'm going to be honest with you.
Let's go.
I'm going to be honest. You know what I'm going to be honest with? Nobody has the right to say what's good in Star Wars unless they were there from the fucking beginning. End of story.
That's not true.
I'm tired of that because if people bitch and complain, the people who grew up on it.
Nobody can say if America's good or bad because you've been there from 1776. We can't do anything in our country.
I can say what's good, what's not good. End of story.
Dom, here's the problem. Hold on. If we're going to do that, I've read more of it. I've consumed way more Star Wars than you have. So do I get king shit on telling everybody about
Star Wars? Born to see it. Opening day, 1977. I was there. I could say yes or no. That's it. I'm tired of people bitching and complaining that weren't born, did not see the damn thing in the beginning. And
I wasn't born yet.
Dude, hey, hold on. I wasn't born yet. I'm sick and tired of people that don't know anything about canon Star Wars telling us what canon Star Wars and how there's got to be lesbian scenes in it is. What the heck?
I came to a reality. Watching people and how people
stop watching people, Dom.
No, listen to me. If you were not born from the beginning, you can't say shit. End of story.
That's not how this works. But you listen to a bunch of people who don't watch Star Wars. Dom, we know the channels you watch. Those people, they've never even watched fucking Rebels. They haven't watched fucking Clone Wars. They never watched Empire before.
They haven't to say what's good, what's bad.
Right, you're right. Okay, so Dom, no, all your shows you watch have no right to talk about Star Wars. Okay, agreed. Okay, very good. Okay, let's move along. What is wrong with him today? That's how he's starting off.
Boom! That's what I'm thinking.
We'll circle back about this, about how important episode 5 is.
I don't think we should.
I don't know either, Reef. I don't know what's going on with him. I was there in 77, so you get rights too.
All right. So, to a surprise of no one, Marvel came out with a release schedule for things that are coming out this year. They have a show coming out in a couple of weeks. They have a show coming out in December. So, it seems almost certain now for anybody who didn't think otherwise. Skeleton Crew's not going to be released in this year. It's coming out next year. What's interesting is I've seen that many rumors from people that are pretty well connected. They're saying that now Disney is considering pushing it past Acolyte. So Acolyte might be coming out first next year, and Skeleton Crew might be coming out second.
Nah, actually, me personally, I think Acolyte's going to get pushed to 2025 because they have no content for next year, for going into 2025. I guarantee the beginning of 2025 we'll get the Acolyte because you have to stretch things now.
They are stretching things. This is how they're stretching things.
No, because they're going to have a couple
They're
of things.
stretching the skeleton crew.
You have freaking goddamn
Dom, you sit on a fucking show where 8 months ago we go, hey, the numbers aren't fucking good. Homeboy just said we're going to take shit that's already done and we're going to extend it out because we're not dropping 4 fucking shows in a year again. They proceed to do that, and then you say, you know what? Content, original Star Wars, not New Hope, and yell about some dumb shit on lesbians making out. We have no clue what you're saying about.
Listen,
what are you talking about, dude? We covered this 8 months ago. Wayseeker's trolling you. You fucking don't get it. Yeah, this shit's getting moved out. It has already been there. It's been on the plan because they had said, and as you see, they're starting to sublease a lot of the shit so they can get that residual we were talking about. They're making it work. It's not that they don't have content. They fucking have it. They just ain't going to give it to you because they want you to pay $99.99 a month for fucking this bullshit fucking Disney Plus, and they want to add commercials. That's it. They need to have better revenue streams. That's what this is all about. That's it.
All right, listen, let me
Acolyte's not getting pushed to 25.
And Acolyte's not getting pushed to 25.
That's S9.
Let me correct you. Yes, anybody who's born in 77 has the right. I'm not saying I'm the only one. Anybody who was born, seen it from the beginning, has the right. Nobody that is born afterwards, that is born in the prequel era, has the right to say shit.
Now it's what was the prequels in that? Wasn't the prequels in the 2000s?
99.
So now, 99. So if you're in
1977, you've seen it from the beginning. You can complain. You can say what's great. You can do anything. Anybody born in that time period. That's it.
That's not true. Wasn't Freddie Prinze? Hey, time out. Wasn't Freddie Prinze Jr. born in that time period?
Hey, listen.
I don't know, but I think he is.
And you weren't born that time. Shut your hole in your face.
Dom's trying to turn this into the old man get off my lawn show.
Yeah, this is a get off my lawn show. Jesus. All right, next up.
I don't know whether. Yeah, I don't know if I even want to say anything about this.
What about what?
I don't agree with any of that, Dom.
Yeah,
because,
nobody agrees with it.
A 10-year-old can go back and watch those movies from 77.
No, you can't get the same feeling that you had from the beginning. And people that complain about the stuff now can't complain because they did not watch it from the beginning. Yeah, you can be.
Why are you hitting your hands together every single
day? Hey,
Dom, hold on.
When it all began,
I did not see it on opening day, so I guess I'm going to sign off.
I'm not saying no, Jedi. You are at the age, so you could say yes, no, maybe so. Anybody else that watched it later on, years later on, 10 years later on,
Dom, your boy Doom Megcock probably still hasn't seen the fucking movies yet. He probably still never seen it. So you're telling me if you fucking were just born in a 20-year span, even though you never watched them fucking movies, you still might not have watched the movies today. You probably maybe seen some tidbits on fucking TBS or some bullshit. Cool, you can compliment it? That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard, Dom. That is literally the dumbest shit. And I hear some dumb shit. You just said one of the dumbest fucking things I've ever heard.
No, because you watch these things.
Yeah, no, hold on. You are saying some dumb shit.
Look, all the people.
You're saying the dumbest shit. The dumbest shit.
About Ahsoka, right? Everybody's complaining about Ahsoka.
It sounds like you're a BK. Did you move into BK Ma's house too? Are you living? He's living in one closet. You're in the other closet. What the fuck are you doing, Dom? That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. There could be a dude. You're just telling me, no, hold the fuck on, Dom, because this is what the fuck you're saying. Freddie Prinze Jr. is your homeboy, and you agree with everything he says.
I never
agree. Freddie Prinze Jr. says that you're a dumbass for caring about Star Wars, and that Star Wars is for kids. Yes, you did, because you said if you were alive in that 20-year period, your opinion matters, and nobody else does. Well, Freddie Prinze Jr. just said you're a fucking loser. He said you're a loser, Dom. Freddie Prinze Jr. called you loser, and you said, yes, Freddie Prinze Jr. Thank you very much. Can you call me a fucking loser again?
That are complaining with all these people on YouTube.
No. You didn't say that, Dom. You didn't say that. You said Freddie Prinze Jr.'s right. I'm a fucking loser. That's what you said. That's what you said.
I'm not I'm not doubling. Listen, I'm not doubling down.
You tripled down on it. I let you. I gave you 5 minutes. You wanted to go this route on fucking something we shouldn't even be going on. You went it. I gave you the rope. You fucking did it to yourself. Freddie Prinze Jr. is your boy. He has the right to say that Star Wars is for kids, and you're a loser because you like Star Wars. As an adult, that's what he fucking said. That's your boy, dude.
I'm just saying.
Next.
About the people that are bitching about they don't have the right to say that. They don't have the right to say what's good and not good because they weren't there from the beginning. The people that were from the beginning, the Jedis, people who grew up on it in the beginning have the right.
I grew up on it too. I saw it in the theaters, Dom. You're wrong.
So, Dom, I'm just going to throw out an example, and maybe this hits, maybe it doesn't, but I had to look it up just to make sure I wasn't off. So the very first Godzilla movie came out in 1954. None of us have any right to ever critique a Godzilla movie because we weren't born in 1954.
Hey, listen, I love Godzilla.
No, you can't say that. Nope, you can't say it.
I love Godzilla from when I watched it as a kid. But
and by the way, check out. No, please, hey, Jedi, please look at the age of Freddie Prinze Jr. because I guarantee you he was born before 99. And Dom's thing is, if you're born before 99,
no, Dom's not. No, we aren't included, Marco.
No,
he changed it. You got to be born before 77.
Oh, well.
We do not have a voice on this show anymore. We just need to shut up and go
maybe
away.
If I clarify it.
Hey, Dom doesn't even read 90% of the stuff from Star Wars. He doesn't consume 90% of the stuff. Yet he's the voice of Star Wars.
Freddie Prinze Jr. was born in March of 76.
Oh, he's good.
He's good. That's your boy. What I tell you, that's your boy.
If you were born before 77.
No,
you are golden.
You are good. You are good.
The people that
Freddie Prinze Jr. No, hold on, Dom. Hold on, Dom. Stop.
Liam is good.
Liam Neeson got you too, bro.
Yeah, he's good.
What I'm trying to say.
No, yeah, we get what you're saying. You're saying that you agree with Freddie Prinze Jr. that you, as an adult, are a loser because you watch Star Wars. We get it.
I'm just saying.
That's what Freddie Prinze Jr. said.
The hate that Star Wars gets, the people that are putting the hate out there shouldn't be putting the hate out there because they weren't there from the beginning. They have no right to say yes or no. They have a right to watch it, but they can't say shit.
No rights. The totalitarian system of Dom.
Hey, Wayseeker, I'm sorry, but this is the best line ever, and I disagree with Dom because of this alone.
Thrawn would just be such a bad sexual lover.
Your opinion matters to me, okay? It really does. Let's go. Move along.
Right. No,
we're still stuck on Indy stuff.
But what I think we're going to see, and this is my guess, we're going to see 2 shows a year. That's what we're going to see from here on out.
That's they said it might be just one. No, he said it might just be one show a year. He said that.
I think we're going to see. We're definitely going to see 2 next year.
You just get animated and a live action. That's
we're going to see Andor. We're going to see Andor in 25 for sure. So we have those coming down the pipe. And so, but I think it's interesting if they do Acolyte first. That's another sign to me that the High Republic's the future because they're pushing the show in front of the other one. So we'll see.
Joe, good one.
All right, here you go. Hera and Chopper are coming to Galaxy's Edge. What do you think? Better or worse Hera?
It's okay. She looks pretty.
It's not the right to Greed. You're complaining about Greeds.
That's not good. This is not good.
It's no worse than what
player, please.
I mean, it's no. I'll be honest. It's closer to the show than it is.
I'd rather have this than the sequel trilogy shit.
Tom, what? You're gonna get muted because you're fucking making no sense today. You literally are no.
I'm saying this is
no. It's not no. But I'm saying we heard what you said. What you're saying makes absolutely fucking donkey shit sense.
What makes no sense? What? You tell me.
No,
what you just said.
Don't go back there. Don't go back there.
No. Even about Hera, that makes no sense. What you just said about Hera makes no sense.
What's wrong with Hera?
You said that this looks better than the pre. We're comparing this to the other Hera.
The Hera, what? The one from TV?
Yes.
It was good. What? I like Hera from freaking Ahsoka.
Dom doesn't look at Hera's face. Let's be clear.
The diapers, the diaper pants that she wears.
Hera, shit.
Looks like she got grandma's shitty pants on. That's a Dom style. He's like, oh, I love grandmas. I get it now. Grandma's, BK's mom. I get all that. I get it. I get the link now. I see what's going on here.
Dom
I got
is the new Corbin or whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
We got it. But Chopper's cool.
None
I'm glad they're coming to
of
Disney.
these are going to transfer.
I'm glad they're coming to Galaxy's Edge. I'm glad Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah,
is
I do too.
changing.
I'm glad that they're opening that up.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
good. This is good for them. So,
But they're not part of the prequel, and they didn't watch the prequels or the original 3, so they weren't born before 77, so they can't be there anymore. So says Dom.
Chopper might have been, but that's about it.
None of the live action, or I've accepted the fact now, none of the live actions are going to look anything like the cartoons when it comes to the actors. Now, I'm not talking about the CGI stuff. I'm talking about.
I agree, but my question is this: can't you get at least to look like some of the better cosplayers? I mean, we were in Baltimore, great cosplayers out there. How can those normal people, or maybe they're just extra specially talented, but how the fuck can't you hire them to make the costumes for these people? Yeah. By the way, this costume looks better on her than it does on the TV show. Like, even the bomber jacket looks better here than it does on the TV show.
Yeah.
So,
The lips are a little weird. I don't know.
Why lipstick? There's lipstick.
It's way too much for hair.
There's lipstick in Star Wars. Leave it alone.
That's way too much.
What are you talking about?
But hey,
you need help. Jedi. I don't know what you guys do on that old ass show of yours, but whatever it is,
this is a bomb for me too.
This is your problem. This is your problem.
First time I've ever.
Hey, Timbo Toys. What's
all
up?
right, here's the one that's going to set Dom off. Coming up next. So Hasbro Ghost, they officially reached all their stretch goals, and as the reward for reaching all the goals, now all the backers will have the option to buy the Chopper and Sabine at a later date. So you got to purchase them later for an unknown price.
Hard times.
But you can buy them, so you can spend more money than your $600 to get your Chopper and your Sabine.
So wait, you can only buy them if you were part of the original 1700.
Yeah, it only goes to those people. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, but
how much more is it?
They have a Sabine.
They didn't say it's they haven't undisclosed amount at a future date that's undisclosed, but you'll have the option to buy the Chopper and the Sabine.
They have a Sabine too that's going to be coming out, but it's not going to be part of this. It's going to be later on put out because of 17,000 backers. So we're paying extra money for extra characters anyway. Well, listen, I may have not gotten this out because I canceled it, but I'm going to bet your bottom dollar that I'm going to have this shit somewhere down the road. I will get it. I don't care.
You should have reminded me. I would have bought it.
I will get this. I will have this.
There's got to be a way we can buy. We got to figure out how I can buy shit on the internet without like letting people know what I'm buying on the internet. You know what I mean?
It's called Do It While You're Not on the show.
Well, next year.
Well, that's it. But then I forget after I get off the show. That's what I'm saying.
I will have this.
Forget.
I don't care. I'll get it one way down the road. I'll have it. So
yeah. So
hey, BK, slow it down, buddy.
And there will be a Chopper and a Sabine that you can add at a later date for probably way too much money. But hey,
whatever.
Dom will get them. So
we told you it was going to hit. Yeah, Dom, look, man, we said 100% that thing's going to hit the 17.
No, remember I said that at the last second surge. I said that from the beginning when it's going to happen because it was like only 14,000. You got to get 3,000 more backers, and then boom, they did it. Also, there's a picture of Kanan in the corner of the cockpit, which is actually awesome too.
100% agreed.
Detail.
All right, so. One of the cool things this week was a lost 20-inch model for the X-Wings that was actually used in the 1977. So this is legit, according to Dom. This is it. Was found in the collection of a late model maker and collector. I don't know this great guy is Greg Jean. So it's going up on Heritage Auction in October, and bidding will start at $400,000, and they expect it to go for well higher than that. So if you want
of course,
I never model that was used in the original movie. You can go buy it. You're going to fight Ruben for this one. Ruben will be buying this one, I have a feeling. So save your money.
Yeah. Hey, this could not be fucking true, though. This could be just him saying it. Nobody would know the difference.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, how they have proof that that's the original one?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm thinking they would probably have some sort of serial number or markings, I guess. I don't know.
The duct tape was because of the duct tape that they had in the front window.
I have no idea.
Does anybody want this? Like
for
$400,000?
I would not get it for $400,000, but I want it.
I mean, I guess it'd be cool for what would be your price on this?
What would be my price on this?
Yeah. Wayseeker's cheap price. What
A
would you
price of a Star Wars one, 9.8. So 4,000.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah.
How many were there? How many were there in the making of the?
There's a bunch.
I mean,
Dude, remember there's that one
this
time
was
where
just the one that got lost.
we did that. We talked to the one guy who did all like the shooting for the toys and everything else in the model kits, and he was even saying like there's tons of this shit laying around because they would give them that, then people would steal them all the time, then they'd push it here, then he'd have another area and do all the shit. So like, there's a lot, but yeah, this is just. I mean, it's what it is. So bidding starts at 400 in October. Well, let's put that down and then we'll watch it and see where it goes.
Yep, it'll be on Heritage, so we can easily track this one. So we'll see how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have deep pockets.
No, we don't need. You don't want this, Dob. This isn't Boba Fett shit that was used.
Listen, you have 2 air C units.
Why does it have to be always Boba Fett?
Because you're always about Boba Fett.
Yes.
Why are we talking about AC?
You don't think I would love this?
I would love for it to fall in my lap. I'm not paying $400,000 for it.
Joe, or whoever it was, what I'm saying is how can I buy it so you could see us buying it without having my fucking personal information up there? That's the point. Anybody, you want me to do this the whole show? Oh, buy shit here. Oh, yeah. Who the fuck would come on the internet and do a show and all they're doing is sitting on something and like buying shit on that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. Go ahead. Living Force.
All right. We got book announcement.
Why? What? Is that what you guys do on Old Man?
Sometimes Dom watches wrestling during our show.
The fuck is wrong
it's not a Friday Night SmackDown. What do you want?
Yeah.
Wow.
You not to watch TV while you're trying to entertain the millions.
Well, I am entertaining because L.A. Night. Let me talk to you. There you go.
Yeah, no, a book announcement this week.
Yeah, no is the right answer to that. Thank you.
Living Force is coming out by John Jackson Miller. John Jackson Miller has done a lot of Old Republic stuff and the Legends. This is his first time in a long time that he's been doing anything in Star Wars. Invite him back to do it. And so he'll be doing a book that takes place a year before The Phantom Menace. So, according to Dom, not a good timeline, whatever. But it will be focusing on all of the Jedi Council about what they were doing. And while it is not a High Republic novel because it doesn't take place in the High Republic, it will lean on a lot of the themes and a lot of what we learn about some of these characters from the High Republic. And so,
well, hey, listen, this is a good book to come out now that everybody's Force.
Oh, cool. Thanks,
everybody has the Force in them, now. So this book comes at the right time where it doesn't confuse anybody that everybody is Force sensitive. There you go. Get the book out now. Great.
Was George Lucas not alive in 77?
Yeah, George Lucas created Star Wars.
Yeah, but you just criticized something George Lucas said. And
No,
you
I'm
said
just
those people
saying,
are allowed to criticize that shit.
No,
I'm just wondering because all the people that you
was
say
directly from Lucas, Dom. Everyone.
all the shit you bitch about, all the shit you bitch. Stop, Dom. All the shit you bitch about is exactly from motherfuckers that you said can criticize it.
Everybody's Force sensitive.
Yeah. Get out of here. Get out of here. Go. Move along.
I'm excited for this novel. I think it'll be good to
I will tell you this. I started to listen to the Light and Lot. Like, thank God High Republic's back because that Light and like the High Republic novel that they came out with is actually pretty good. The short.
It's good. The Marta story. Marta story is excellent. I don't know if you.
I thought they did a really good job on that.
I actually really, really good.
I actually thought it was gonna be South because they did a story on Geode and all them. They did a great job. But they did a great job with all of them so far. I've listened to like 6 or 7. I don't know. I was like listening to a lot of
we'll probably start reviewing some of them next week. We'll probably take 2 weeks since there's 10 stories or whatever and do half and half or something like that. Hopefully Jedi can get through about half and then we can go from there. But I'm looking forward to this one. It's good to see them bring him back.
Apparently not
I'm trying to get through that last Inquisitor book you guys recommended. I can't get through that one because these books are dropping every two a week.
But we'll try to get John Jackson Miller. John Jackson Miller's been on the show before. Pete knows him. So we'll try to get John Jackson Miller on the show.
We talked to him at the last. What the hell was he at? I don't know.
Where's Chef?
Yeah.
Hey,
so
Chef, listen, thank you for the package.
We will do our best to make that happen. There was a big patch that came out this week for Jedi
Chef.
Survivor. PC is getting DLSS. Consoles are getting 60 FPS. So it's a big graphics push. Also takes place a number of game-breaking bugs. This will make the game run a lot smoother and quicker and look a lot better. So If you haven't played Jedi Survivor, you or came across some of those bugs, now's the time to pick that one up. That was some news there. Chopper got some Rice Krispie treat recipe.
We're doing this. This is what we're doing. Wow, fuck, we're really light on news. Our news right now is Dom's fucking old as shit, and if you're not fucking old and wearing diapers, you can't fucking criticize.
I'm hungry, man. It's getting me hungry now.
Yeah,
I got ice cream. I'll probably get some.
Don't you want to bring these to a party? I totally want to bring these to a party.
I'll bring it to a party. Let's do it.
I'll be honest with you. I'd eat these motherfuckers. Like,
I'll bring these to a party and tell the young kids.
Your voice doesn't count. You can't criticize.
No, I'd eat these. You know why? Well, this is the weird part. Like as far as like shit food goes, like this is my jam. You're gonna put more sugar on top of Rice Krispie treat? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell
what is
yeah.
that behind it?
What?
What is that behind it with the red dots?
Oh, that's supposed to be a fruit. It's from Star Wars.
Yeah, no, this is on StarWars.com. This is their official recipe. Yeah. So if you want to get the official recipe for Chopper Rice Krispie treats, it came out on StarWars.com this week. So there you go. We got that one. A fan built a 500,000 piece Lego of the whole Galactic Senate. I misspelled that. Sorry about that. It looks totally awesome. And there's other pictures of it I couldn't put on here. But I put a picture of the Lego one to the official one. Totally was an awesome.
Just tell me ET is in it. Is ET in it?
ET is in it. They actually did ET to put the species because they wanted to do it. So yes.
Bless me.
So, Dom, this is what you could be doing with your time.
This is what you should be doing with your time.
Listen,
I wonder, as much money as we spend on comics, is this really any cheaper to do something like this? You think?
No.
Well, hey, remember we used to have Leaky Trooper. Now it's finished off Hoth also. And when I see the amount of money, like when I talk to him, I'm like, dude, Leaky, how the hell are you spending the amount of money they spend on shit? He's got a secret way of stacking fucking Legos because like they have to go and buy piece Legos and like in these containers that are, I can't remember how much they are. They're like 20 a piece and they have to stack it a certain way so they can get the most amount per fucking 20. It's the craziest shit you've ever seen, man. Literally the craziest.
I got to stay away from Legos, man. I definitely have to.
You definitely do, Dom. Yes, but no, this is totally like such a cool
awesome.
investment of somebody's
awesome.
time.
The patience, I have no patience. I'll be punching people in the face. I can't be doing this. I can't. I have no patience.
What are you talking about?
You're gonna go around asking people, "Were you born before 1977?"
Boom!
Boom! No.
Out cold.
Did he do it Did he build this by himself, or did he have like a group?
Is he married?
It sounded like he did it by himself in the article, but I'm sure somebody had to help him.
I have a mistress because obviously he don't. If he did this,
no, it's not true, man. A lot of these guys are married, believe it or not.
I know,
yeah. So
you're besmudging. By the way, you're besmudging Leaky Trooper, also born before 77, and completely 100% disagrees with everything you fucking. The only person, dude. I don't think. Do you understand what you say?
No, I know what I said.
Okay, good. You don't. Clip that. Fucking clip that. Clip that. Clip that. Clip what just happened there. Dom, clip that bullshit. Dom, do you understand what you say? He goes, no. Okay, go. Chairs. Move along. Let's go. Chairs. Let's go.
All right.
Chairs.
So we got some new gaming chairs announced by Dunham. These are going for about $450 a piece. You got the R2D2 and the Darth Vader chair here to pick up if you would like to pick up and add these to your gaming.
Are these available in the U.S. because the Boba Fett wasn't?
Yeah,
this is UK only, but you can get them shipped over. And I thought it was free shipping for anything that's spent over a certain amount of dollars. So I don't think that should worry about that part of it. I like the R2D2. I do not like the Vader. But personally, the R2 looks pretty cool.
Yeah, the Vader looks kind of like crappy because of the.
You know what's funny? R2D2, he got a voice in the book, and it was a girl. It's kind of funny to hear him having a voice. But
what's he talking about?
He's talking about that.
Oh, the book, the Last Jedi book.
Yeah. So it's kind of funny, but look, you hear BB, but it's kind of cool. You have the voice. It seems exactly the same with the words. But all
right, so this is the new cosplay phenomenon that's taken over Texas, the Whataburger. And I put this one in there just for Jedi because he's a Texas person and everybody loves Whataburger in Texas. So what does the Texan think about the Whataburger?
Wait a minute. I thought this was
what?
I read part of this and I kept seeing Japan in this. This has something to do with Japan.
It was
doesn't
some anime convention, so they pushed this thing real hard in Texas. It was some Texas anime convention that they pushed this new character, the Watalorian. So what do you think?
I got nothing.
I
they
got
make
it.
good
Where,
burgers.
you know, I think, why the fuck is this in the news?
I had
What are
some.
you doing, Waste Seeker?
It was a great week for news.
No, you and Dom. You
I
and
went
Dom
to,
both need timeouts. Go.
I went to the burger place. I had a burger, the big ass burger, great, but it still doesn't give me the opinion about Texas sucks getting COVID. So screw Texas.
Ruben likes it. Ruben likes it as a Texan.
All right. Dom, we've been over this.
Wait,
You
hold on.
took
I came
COVID
home
to
to hear
Texas.
this dumb shit today. This is what I drove back 9
This is
fucking
just
hours
another
to do.
Dom not under. Dom took COVID to Texas. Dom, we have been over this. You got off the
112
plane
degrees.
with COVID.
Hell fucking no.
Whataburger's really good though.
No, it's good.
Somebody who lived
That
in
burger
Texas
was
for
good.
9 years. Whataburger is a good burger. It blows all the other fast food burgers out of the water.
The people
And
were very nice.
I don't know about the Watalorian,
Very
but
nice there.
Was
hey,
this
it's
the
a
winner?
clever
or-
way of
or-
promoting Whataburger. So
Was this the winner, or did they all look like this? I don't
they
know.
all. I think there was multiple people that were dressing up as the Watalorian, and this one won. So,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, but you know what?
contest.
So he just put cartons of the burger stuff on. Come on, man.
Marco, you don't have time for this.
He should have taken the
Literally,
mustard.
literally
dispenser
zero
and
fucking
mixed
zero
after
time
out
for
the
this
mustard
bullshit at this
dispenser.
point.
That's what he should have done.
All right.
What was that? I'm sorry. What did you say, Jedi? What did you say?
Now, I said he should have taken a mustard or a ketchup dispenser and made the blaster out of those.
Yes.
That would have.
Jedi is the only one contributing anything to this fucking show today. I would just like to say that. The bottom half, myself included, is worthless on the
In-N-Out
show
is
today.
not better,
Worthless.
Astro. In-N-Out is their fries are complete trash. I don't understand what people like
Look,
In-N-Out.
we're not
Yeah,
raking
that's not
fucking.
good.
What?
Big Daddy Burger's the best, baby.
Ran to somebody that said they liked the tier list, the spice tier list we did on TAC at one time. Said no, no, you didn't.
In-N-Out is such
There's no
trash
way.
compared to Whataburger.
Let's go. We're not talking about this stuff. Let's
All
go.
right. And so D23 was a complete waste of time. If anybody was trying to keep up with D23 this year, they announced absolutely nothing new at anything that they did.
Well, Dom said they were going to.
fact-
Dom said they were going to announce 5 new things, and Catherine Kennedy was going to get fired. And
But the only announced news is
Marco.
it came out was the Star Tours is getting an upgrade next year with some new adventures. So if you like Star Tours at Disney, Ahsoka's coming to the Star Tours. Mandalore, Navarro, New Space, and Aldani will be coming to Star Tours in 2024.
good. I mean,
End of
it's
the year
good.
anyway. So it's going to be the end of the year and Star Tour. Well, it's going to be everything's going to be towards the end of the year. So
They said Ahsoka's coming in like April.
Yeah.
April. Okay, that's still
That's the end of the year.
What
the end of the year.
talking
It's still a
about?
long ways. I don't have patience for that shit. Punch a hole in the wall. There we go.
What? What the dude?
And
something
that
get some
is-
value or something?
That is the week
Hey,
in Star
No,
Wars.
wait. You missed the other.
No, we didn't miss
There's
anything.
something. Never mind. You got
What
it.
did we miss? What did we miss?
You got it, man.
What did we miss? What are you
I don't give a shit anymore.
saying? What in God's name are you saying?
You know what?
All right, that's all we got. Okay,
That's the best week in news. I told you.
that was the worst. Wayseeker, stop fucking trolling Dom in the news. I've told you to stop fucking doing that. I'm gonna suspend you if you keep it up. Dom, what the fuck are you talking about? Jedi, could you please go over comics? I wanted to get Ahsoka first, but how this show's fucking been going already? It's a shit show, and we'll never get out of fucking Ahsoka. All right, what? No, do it right, Jedi. I have faith in you that this segment you're gonna run right. Okay, just run this segment right. Let's go, please.
All right. Well, we had Star Wars 38 came out this past week, and it was awesome. So anybody didn't read this, you guys are missing out. I didn't read the last one, so you have to bear with me.
Oh my god.
So Lando's best friend Lobot has a headache or something is going on with his brain.
He's got infected by. Go ahead.
And it's something's going on. He's got some sort of infection, and his head is hurting. It's all messed up. And apparently, this robot.
If you
is the
say he's
only
got
one that
COVID,
can
I'm
fix
leaving.
it.
I'm
You got
gone.
COVID. I said you got COVID. You got COVID.
No,
We don't know. We don't know.
yes, we do. We know exactly what the fuck happened to him.
I told you I didn't read it.
No, he's got the
What
legacy
happened in the
virus.
last
Oh,
one.
wait, that's X-Men. I'm sorry.
Oh, by the way, can we back up just a little bit?
This is what
Only
I
two of
fucking
these-
showed up for. This.
Only
is-
2 of these covers have anything to do with the story. So can we stop buying these fucking covers that have nothing to do with the story?
Preach out.
Don't be
Oh,
part of the
Dom.
problem.
Dom. He was born in Jedi was born in 64. He can tell you shit. Stop buying these covers.
Jedi born in 64.
Listen, I said that he can't say. I say, what the hell? People, no, I'm just saying the people that are talking this shit, these youngins, can't stand them anymore. They got to stop this shit.
Yeah. So let's not be part of the problem.
John, you might be fucking right. You might be
What about
right.
Lando's
Back
headache?
to the story.
I get you guys the youngest views of all time, and Dom just goes, best show ever on Old Man. We talked about fucking Fortnite skits. It was a brilliant idea. You got young viewers. Dom goes, fuck you people. What are you doing, Dom?
Listen,
Yeah, we're gonna be down to 150 views again next week.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Go ahead.
So anyway, so yeah, this guy Lobot has a headache, so they got to go find this robot because he gave him the
Lobot's
headache,
infected by
He's
yeah.
infected. Yeah. So
By
anyway, this robot, Lando thinks that or feels like this robot is down in Jabba's palace because Lando knows stuff. So then we see this robot who has pissed off Jabba because he got a translation wrong or some shit. So Jabba's like off with his head. So they're about to cut his head off, and then the virus robots from the eternal flame dude, and that
Yeah.
thing,
It's
the
little
virus,
squirrel. Yeah.
yeah,
it's all right.
Spark Eternal.
Keep going.
Spark
'Cause you
Eternal,
didn't read
all
last
his-
one. You
his
didn't read this
army-
fucking one.
His
Yeah.
army of robots show up, and the Spark Eternal, he likes this robot for some reason because he says he's got knowledge or something. So he tries to put the little spider thing on him, and to like infect him. And that robot is like, fuck all that. And he just like smacks it out of the way. So now he's like, these bad infected robots are coming at him. Luckily, there's a big melting pot of metal there. So thank God. So he can like pour that all over them and like melt them while he makes his getaway. So he goes running through the palace of Jabba and he runs into some Gamorrean guards. He's like, hey, there's some bad robots coming. we gotta stop them. And luckily, this poor robot is not even this other robot, not even infected yet. He's just bringing Jabba his afternoon snack, and the Gamorrean guards like that motherfucker. Bam! Just kills it. And then they go and
That happened. That happened. Yes, that did happen. This book.
Bad place. And so then the Gamorreans, they start bum rushing all these bad robots with the virus. Meanwhile, outside Jabba's palace,
No, it's like 2 Gamorrean guards versus 1,000 robots. By the way.
Yeah. Meanwhile, outside Jabba's palace, Lando is in the Millennium Falcon trying on all his old attire because Han apparently was fond of it and never threw it away. So it's still there, and and apparently Jabba doesn't have any sort of air radar to know when ships are landing near his palace either. But anyway, that's beside the point. Lando's in there and he's trying on all his old gear, saying how fly it is. Meanwhile, Lobot, he's still got a headache. So Lando wants to make him feel better. So he thinks back to the days, back to the good old days when Lando and Lobot used to go clubbing, and he would put a duty looking wig on Lobot's head to make him look cool for the ladies. So they're getting all dressed up, and then they're thinking about how they're out walking around and clubbing, trying to get into these cool clubs. And Lobot's like, man, I don't feel like I fit in. And Lando's like, man, you're sweet. You got it going on. The lady's going to love you. And that makes Lobot smile. He smiles. Meanwhile, back on Tatooine, a sick Lobot is Lando.
No, it was a flashback because if you read the first book, remember they did the flashback of how Lobot ended up getting.
But why are we going clubbing with Charles Soule?
He's just trying to make him feel better back in the day because his head hurt.
I called this about 8 months ago when I told you that Soul jumped the fucking shark, bro. Like his shit is fucking weird as shit. Go ahead.
Meanwhile, back on Tatooine, Lando is helping a sick. His head is throbbing. Lobot to the door. They got to find that droid. So they get to the droid and they knock. Right? They knock on the door, and this infected robot. You know the one I'm talking about, the little eyeball thing.
They're all infected. Jedi. They're all infected.
They're not all
infected.
infected. They're not all. There's a bunch that
The
are
majority of them.
resisting.
Yeah.
Majority of them are. So I don't know if the robot was gonna let them in, but then I think he saw that tech in Lobot's ear, and he's like, "Yeah, come on in." So they're like walking through and then they see this poor dude is like scared out of his wits, hiding in a corner. He's like, "Hey, get over here, man. This place ain't safe. Get over here. I want to hook you up and give you some good advice." And Lando comes over there and it's like, "Hey, I'm looking for this robot." And he's like, "Dude, I'm telling you, you don't want to go there." And Lando's like, "Fuck all that. I'm putting my blaster in your mouth. You better tell me what's going on."
Yep.
So he said, "Hey, dude, you're a dick. Head on down to the throne room. That's where I think I saw him."
Yeah, and let that robot fuck you up. Yep.
Meanwhile, they run into Boba Fett. There you go, Dom. That's the reason to buy this book.
Best
If you haven't
comic
bought it
of all
already.
time.
Best comic ever. Yep.
Yep.
So Boba Fett is just slaying motherfuckers, and Boba Fett's like, they're like, "Hey, Boba, what's going on?" He goes, "You guys need to leave. You guys aren't cool enough to handle what's going on here." So then Lando's like, "Nah, I got to get this done." So then Lando sees Han hanging in the wall and is like, "Oh, look at that. Han still got a boner from when he was frozen." And so he was walking.
That's not what he said.
Something like that. And then so they just happen to be standing over the Sarlacc pit, and they see all the infected robots over there. Somehow the gate opens. I think it was. I assumed it was the bad robots, but they fall down, and then they see the robot they've been looking for. Like, shh. And I think maybe that he did that to bring them down there. I think, but the Rancor is sleeping, and Lando is like, "Hey, robot, you need to fix Lobot's headache because he's still got a headache." And Lobot's like, "Well, I can't do that. I could, but I can't because if I do that, then I lose my leverage, and you're not going to help me get out of here." So Lando's like, "You gonna do something?" Meanwhile, the Rancor is like stirring a little bit, and then the robot's like, "I'll fix him a little bit for temporary, so that I still have some leverage and we can get out of here and he don't slow us down."
Reds.
And then he's like, "Okay," so he fixes him a little bit, and then Lobot's kind of getting his wits about him, and then he realizes that son of a bitch robot is right beside him, the one that gave it to him, and he's like, looks like he wants to hurt him, but the robot's like, "Hey, you can't do nothing to me because I still got you because you're only partially fixed." So then they see the bad robots in one corner, and they're like, "Oh, let's go the other way. Oh shit, can't do that." The Rancor's in the other one. He's awake now, and he looks hungry. To be continued.
Good job. I like it. Good review. That's all. That's like what kind of happened. Yeah.
You know what's kind of funny? You know if Lobot goes against Lando, remember the original Marvel series? They had a cover with Lobot fighting Lando on the cover.
Yeah, punching him.
It's so punching Lando. So it's all right.
So what, Dom?
No, I'm just saying. What? I'm just saying.
Yeah, what are you fucking saying?
I am saying that this is a story. If Lobot goes against Lando, it's a story like basically we've seen back in the original run in Marvel.
Thank you for doing that. Keep going, Jedi. Let's continue because this is actually entertaining.
Oh, so the next one is 39.
Clifford's a big red ring. That's fucking funny.
Put this in there for Dom.
Thank
all
you.
Right. Dark Droids 2. All right, so we all know what's going on. The virus is spreading across, blah, 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 blah.
Through the mouse droid, yeah.
This one was actually okay.
All right, so we pick up on the Star Destroyer. He's controlling all the droids, and they're doing their business. And he's getting when I say he, that's the Spark Eternal, getting all these influx of information. He's got all these sensors, all this data, but it's just making him more hungry. So he says, "I need to get back into a human body because that'll quench my hunger," or something like that.
He's never actually got back. He's never gotten into a human body before. So it's not need to get back. He's been trying to do this from generation to generation.
Well, he was in Afra.
No, this is a different. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's not what it is. This is the infection. This is a Ajax combination of an Ajax / thing. And her, it wasn't actually human body. They actually technically infected her. The fucking.
But this is the thing that came out of from out of cage. So it's. The spark went through this thing that was in the cage, and now this thing it was trapped.
Oh,
so
hey, JJ, you're excluded from that thing. You're good.
Yeah, don't interrupt me again, Roy Seeger. Anyway, whatever it is, the virus like wants to get into a human body. And so it's trying all these human bodies, and it's trying to get into the stormtroopers, and of course they're expendable, so that's not going to work. So stormtroopers just die. Meanwhile, Ajax is like rallying his union of like other robots because they're saying we got to go stop this spreading this agent of evil.
Yeah.
He's doing that through like, I am Ajax. We are your people, and they are the bad guys. So he's like rallying them, kind of like
It's a droid Grana.
But
Let's go.
yeah.
And the reason is because the droid Grana knows that at some point people are going to catch on that the droids are bad, and so
And just
all
start-
droids are going to get
just
destroyed.
blow them up. Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if you're good or bad. The droid Grana is going down.
Yeah,
if
so
the
he's
droid
trying to
Grana
save
doesn't
his.
go
He's trying
after-
to save her own skins.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in the Rebel Alliance, C-3PO is infected too, so he's
Oh,
walking
shit.
around, and he's like feeling like hey, I need to know more about this Force thing that's going on, because the Sith are the ones that trapped me last time, so I got to know more about it so that I can fight it in the future. So he's walking and he runs into R2-D2, and he's like, this droid talks way too much. I need to shut this son of a bitch up. So he's like, he thought about infecting me a little bit. So he's like, no, this guy's kind of a warrior. He might, I don't know what happened. He might blow up on me. So he grabs him by his fucking antenna, which somebody should have done a long time ago, dragged him out to the airlock, grabs him out to the airlock and shoots that little son of a bitch out into space.
Foosh.
So,
Foosh.
about time.
Do we really believe that C-3PO could take down R2?
Not fucking today, not tomorrow, not next week.
Never.
Oh,
This
yeah,
never happened.
It's canon.
That's like
It's
saying that
canon.
BK. Hey, that's like somebody
It's
believing
canon.
BK doesn't live in his mom's fucking closet. Dude. Come on, that shit ain't never happened.
It's canon. You're starting to make me agree with Dom a little bit. You guys need to be quiet. So meanwhile, Luke is in there. He's playing with his food and shit in the Force, and C-3PO walks in. It's like, hey, Master Luke, tell me about this Force thing. Can robots have the Force? And Luke's like, I don't know. I just got this gig.
Everybody can have the Force.
I don't know what's going on, really. I'm just making it up as I go along.
Luke says
He goes,
that.
oh, you got it in your hand. Can you feel the Force in your hand? And he's like, I never thought about it, but there's a dirty joke there. I'm not going to make it. But anyway, so he's like thinking about all the different ways that he can become part human, part cyborg, or whatever like that. And then as he leaves, he's like, I really kind of want to kill this Luke guy, but I think I could take him, but he might fuck me up a little bit. So I'll leave him alone for now. He might come in handy later. So he's walking out, and then Luke's got the nerve to say, hey, if you see R2-D2 sitting up here because I've made a mess in my room and I need him to clean it up. And C-3PO's like, well, good luck with that. I shot that son of a bitch out in space, but you don't tell him that. So then back to Ajax. Ajax takes the brain out of this Gertie robot, and because he wants to put it into this big war machine robot. That's going to be like his secret weapon for fighting the spark or the virus thing. All right, and back to the Rebel Alliance. C-3PO is walking. He's like fucking people up and tearing up stuff. He's like, I need to get off the ship because I got to find the perfect specimen, kind of. This is what he's thinking. I got to find this perfect specimen of machine and man. That's not going to be my perfect host that I need to infect. So he's like, I got to get off this ship. And he runs into this nobody that's telling my boy he can't have a ship. And C-3PO's like, well, I'm going to get that ship. So he just starts using his outreach and like blowing stuff up all over the ship to distract him. Then he gets in the ship. He flies out and he's like, heading for, guess who? You guessed it, Darth Vader, and that's where it ends until the next
Darth
episode.
Vader, baby.
That's some stupid shit.
Can infect the Vader.
This is some stupid shit.
Yeah, they gotta put Transformers in this thing, man. Really.
All roads lead to Vader in this point.
This was
All
better
right,
than the other
so-
comic. The art was better, at least.
Oh yeah. I mean, like, it's like one step up from dog shit. So like, I mean, dude, come on. At one point, they had fucking purple hair on the bot that last fucking while.
Which is
And then
two
goes to the
steps
club.
up from the Max Rebo story that we're going to be talking about later. So let's just be clear. Like, there's Max Rebo,
Oh yeah.
then there's
First off-
dog shit.
First off, I'll tell you this: Max Rebo. I wore my Max Rebo shirt for a couple hours. I had to take it off because it was so popular. People kept stopping me all the time. I know you haters don't like Max Rebo. That's fine. We get that.
Marco, I want to see video footage of that because I don't believe
It's nothing to do with Max Rebo. It's the story that someone wrote about Max Rebo. All right, coming up this week, we've got Vader.
Yeah.
Any of these covers strike
I love the U.
Dom?
you. Eh.
Yeah, they use the best.
Yeah.
One.
I like the U. The U's probably the best one.
Actually,
Yeah,
even
the
like,
first one, yeah.
there's not shit for the connecting doesn't have anybody worth it. Yeah.
And then we have Kenobi.
Nope.
Number
Big
Nope.
one.
No, we don't.
We're not reviewing that, right?
Yeah, no, we don't fucking
I
read that
doubt it.
bullshit. No.
I'm getting it first appearance. Getting it.
Reva.
And then FO. Oh, go ahead.
Dom's buying it for Reva.
I'm getting the 1 in 25, and definitely the 1 in 25 with Reaver on the cover.
I may pick one. Hopefully, there's some good exclusives out there because these suck. And coming up at September 10th, FOC, we got Dark Droids 3, which I think the Lashley is pretty good. I like the Lashley.
Lashley cover. Yep.
And we've got Mandalorian 3, which I don't like any of these. Or Mandalorian 2, number
First
5. I guess.
Morgan Ellsworth.
The thing I like about this is Ahsoka has 2 lightsabers, which is a novel thing that we haven't seen in quite some time.
Okay, now we just know that BK's full of shit. He just Sprouse has the best covers.
God,
I mean, BK, do better, buddy. Sometimes, I mean, we did talk about you. 1 out of every 1,000 comments is good, but could you make it like 2 out of every 1,000 every once in a while? Thank you. Yeah, that's shit. That also good job, by the way. The rest of that shit. Yeah, the rest. All right, cool. That leaves us 2 things. We've got a couple of books that we promised we were going to talk about and look at how they're doing in the market. But before we get into that, I don't know why. I don't even know why I'm doing this because I don't feel like doing it. But we're going to fucking review Ahsoka so I can just hear people screaming at each other. The dumbest shit in the world. Let's go. Oh, I'll pull it up. Here we go. Thank you, JJ, by the way. They're fixing the ship. Actually, I'll give you this. Like the beginning was really good. Like a lot of stuff that we had. This is where I thought it was kind of fucked up with 3. Like the beginning part, some of 3 was good, but it felt like they like left stuff out there. And we actually last week there's a bunch of questions I had, and you guys were answering them, and they kind of were wrong. Like about what the fuck's the big circle thing that they use? We figured out kind of what it was. Like they could have used the first part of this and put it on the back week's episode and it would have gone from like a 7 to probably a 9.
The Zion? You're talking about the Zion?
Yeah, Zion. Yeah.
Zion.
Because they actually did attach the engine. That's not what they were waiting for. All right, my man started to work on the ship. All of a sudden, they hear a thud, and he shuts the power off. And they're like, "Oh, what the hell?" And fucking Sabine's like, "Oh, that's stupid droid." And Ahsoka's like,
"I'm pretty sure your answer is gonna be Marco. We'll see."
I like some of the episode. Ahsoka was just being old ass Ahsoka. This is the problem with the show. It's called Ahsoka, and the worst fucking character on the show is Ahsoka. And unlike Dom, but kind of like Dom, if you don't agree with that, you're wrong. I mean, it's just facts.
She's in every episode. At least they're not freaking goddamn putting Mando in the book of Boba Fett. She's in every episode. That's the thing. Ahsoka is in the episodes and the story. That's why it's Ahsoka. Even though she's shit, even though her character's about to go to a change. Don't worry about it. But the fact is that it's Ahsoka. Ahsoka. Every episode's been Ahsoka. It wasn't like Mando had a Mando quest in the freaking book of Boba Fett. Now, end that conversation. Let's go. Keep going.
Well,
so you would rather, that conversation is not even getting close to ending. So what you're saying is you would like to watch dog shit because if they call it dog shit, then it's dog shit, and you like that instead of quality. But you're also stop. But you're also the guy that is always on here ranting like a lunatic on how you want better fucking writing. This is not good fucking writing.
Right. It's the way she stands in the cartoon.
No. She doesn't stand like that in the cartoon.
Fly guy. No. She's like Fly Guy, and it's called Snips.
Fly Guy?
When she called the freaking guy, the Fly Guy, she called the Anakin
you don't even fucking know Star Wars. It's Sky Guy, not fucking Fly Guy. Sky Guy is a fucking children's book.
All right. But the fact is that she's folding her arms. She did it in the cartoon.
You don't know the shit you're talking about half the time. All right, next up. So the fucking robots outside, and all of a sudden they're like, oh, there's got to be something up. I did like how they detach the arms from the back or whatever that was and starts pounding the shit out of the droids. But we get to the other. What's that?
That was cool. I mean, this whole scene was cool, and then even just turning off the power of the ship. And then
I thought it was cool. It made sense, and it really did open up. The beginning of this episode was pretty good. We get to this part. Dom, you owe me a fucking $1.
Okay.
This kind of made some. I actually liked what they did with this. How it made sense. It was like, okay, cool. We need to translate it and download the map from this. It helped out with the whole Indiana Jones. It still didn't make episode 1 and 2 that great, But it did help out with the Indiana Jones EverQuest type thing. Like, okay, you have to take it to another temple. Then after that, you have to download it. And then it gets up to the fucking the directions, right? Yeah.
Rosario Dawson could learn how to fight with 2 lightsabers. That's one thing she could do.
Or fucking move. Or have any fucking type of reaction at all.
Like, we'll
What?
get there.
AOA, are
but
you
why did
serious?
she
You're
never have
fucking
2
serious?
lightsabers?
You're fucking serious, AOA? Did you watch the show?
She had 2 lightsabers. She dropped the other one.
Why would she drop a lightsaber?
When she was fighting when they were
Why?
fighting.
The whole thing.
No,
made we'll get there.
No, that
Made
shit
no
didn't make
sense.
any sense.
No
Okay.
sense.
All right, Sabine looking good. Sabine acting good. Not exactly the Sabine I wanted, but I got to admit that I do like the job that she's doing. They do the little talk again. Here's the fight. Pretty cool. We get to see a little left, right, left. Then you get to see the things pop out and back. So it comes down there. So does Sabine. I thought this fight scene, I'm always against when they do this dark bullshit. So I do wish that they would have lightened it up a little bit. Pretty fucking good, though. You got to
Where's the
admit.
lightsaber there, Dom? Where's the lightsaber there?
It's the volume that they use, because they use the volume in some spots and then open area in the other spots, because you can tell.
It's not the lightsaber in her other hand. You just can't see it.
I
well.
don't think that's.
She had
That's
2
so light.
lightsabers. She dropped
That's just
the
so
other
light.
one to Rat. She had
Not yet. Not yet. She's.
All right, never mind. All right.
But why does she not have 2 lightsabers here then?
She
Your
has
argument.
2. She
Where's it been?
What? Because she didn't have 2 against the
She
Mark.
2 never.
She
Come on.
never uses 2. She used 2 one time where she posed with it and then stopped using fucking 2. He has a point, Dom. He
It
has a
makes no
point.
sense. It makes no sense.
In one scene she used 2. She didn't use 2 in that scene. So then they're like, oh shit, they start going down. They look around. In the meantime, Hera, actually, I like this interaction too, where she's like, fuck it. And we saw this coming, right? And she's like, yo, dude, we're going out there, we're helping no matter what. I think one of the problems, and I hate to say pacing because that's something JJ always says, but I think part of the problem is how they cut these episodes, that the pacing, if they would just do scenes like this and that last scene where they explain that they need to download the map last time, I think that would have made a smoother transition that episode would have made episode 3 a lot better. I'm talking like you're going to get up to 9, almost 9.5 on that episode. And it would have made the transition to this episode a little smoother. Well, till some other shit that happens in here, like her using 1 fucking lightsaber and shit. But we get Opa. That's fucking dope. I was pissed that there's no Zeb. Anybody else upset about that?
It made no
Just
sense.
fucking
there was
put
no
Zeb in there.
Zeb would
Huh?
be here in a heartbeat. If this guy's here, Zeb would be there.
Zeb is
Yeah.
probably busy in a side mission.
He's
Well, I
on
kinda
side
feel like-
missions with this dude. That's who he's on side missions with.
I kind of feel like Hera would have reached out to Zeb, and he would have actually ended up getting there and being on board the Ghost with her. That's kind of what I thought, but no.
That would have been super, super cool if that happened. I mean, once again, it just seems like with this episode, let's put aside the fact that the Ahsoka character is not fucking good, right? But there's just certain things that if they just would have done, it would have made it so much better. Like that, like Zeb, just show up the head. You don't have to, like, if you're like, oh, it's too much CGI, don't put them in a fucking like this where they're only doing headshots anyways. Just get that fucking animated head there. So,
But this was cool. I really liked this scene. I liked them all coming back on that. Everybody knew what Hera was going to do.
AOA.
Hera is who Hera is. And she's
It's
gonna,
not.
you know,
She could change all you want. Doing absolutely nothing and resembling nothing of the character that you're supposed to be playing is a whole different line. Okay, AOA, you're out of line with that.
this was a good scene, though.
It was a good scene. Liked it though. Zeb was just missing. Well, I'm saying it's always missing something here. So we get the downloading of the fucking things. They're like, give us more time. We got to go get a little bit more. Blah 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 blah. So then we see the thing. I'll tell you this: JJ fucking called this episode like 80-90% of the way. And I'm not sure he's happy that he did. But if you go back and watch last week, we talked a little bit about this. Here's going to be, and they're going to lose, or somebody's going to lose. Luckily, she doesn't get stabbed again. I thought that would be kind of corny if she did. The outfit looks good. Sabine's fight, once again, we know they can shoot fight scenes. Because Sabine's fight with what's her name was fucking good. Yes, probably one of the better fights.
Yeah.
Nobody's disagreeing with that. I know Jedi's taking notes because he's going to release the beast later, but
No, I liked it actually.
did you? Yeah. So they started. I don't know why we got so many download pictures. I do. The only part that I have is how weak they've made Sabine, and even like the people that I was watching, which they have watched Rebels before, and they're like, "Why again does she not know how to fight with a lightsaber?"
Because she didn't train later on. She was a long time. Ahsoka left her. She stopped training. That's why. There's a huge gap.
All of a sudden, you ride a bike and then you don't know how to. Yeah, but she's
if
worse.
You stop training.
Dom,
It's like martial arts.
Dom,
It's like going to the gym.
Dom.
No.
Hold on.
When you stop training on certain things, you lose the ability. Yes. Yes.
Hey, here's the problem. We saw her on Rebels, and she picked up a lightsaber, which she'd never used before.
Well, yes,
Dom, stop talking. She was more efficient at that point with a lightsaber than she is now after she had been trained with a lightsaber.
But
Go ahead,
if I may, I'm gonna side with Dom on this one. Maybe not so much. So she has been trained. So let's say even if you're trained, there's Shin is just better. I mean, so you can be trained and still not be as good as the person you're fighting.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. That I'll give you. That'd be a good explanation. That doesn't mean you're right. That means you're wrong, actually, Dom. He said it's something completely
No, I'm just saying. But the training, all right, but he's supposed to say it. But see, I'm always seem to be wrong, but I'm always onto something that you always think I'm wrong. That's the thing.
What are you saying? No, I have no clue what you're saying.
I'm saying something, but it makes sense why she.
That's not what he said. He said she's been trained. You said she forgot how to use a fucking lightsaber. He said the other girl's better than him. That's
the other girl
right.
Is better because she's a Padawan and she's a real Force user. She's not.
That's not what you said.
No, I know what I said.
Anyways,
this guy clipped it for earlier when he said, what was your question? Do you know what you're saying? And he's like, no, or whatever.
Yeah. All right. So we get this fight, which I mean, I'm not going to like this because they're trying to fucking reenact one of the greatest things. I think it cheapens when they do this. I really do think it cheapens the stuff because he's trying to do the fucking Obi-Wan in the desert with Maul thing, right? And like this fight scene is a lot of the problems with it is they just sat there and stared at each other for fucking 8 hours. And then like this was not the better of the scenes. The better of the fight scenes by far. And I think it shows the parody in it is that when you have Sabine Wren going at it, she does a great job and she does a great fighting job. I used to be under the assumption that it was bad directing, and it might still be that, but I don't understand why they're doing that to Ahsoka character.
Well, the way she held the lightsaber at the end with the Inquisitor, Anakin held that in Attack of the Clones, the way he held it. And also, at the end of the day, Qui-Gon had that type of thing.
But that doesn't make it good. Even if that's true.
It's not word salad. It's not word salad.
No, I agree. It's not word salad. It's just
it is word salad. What does that mean? No, what does that mean, Dom?
It's just showing the connection, passing down legacy from person to person. I get it. I get.
No. What I'm saying is that they're using it to try to do a throwback. But how does that make it? That doesn't make it great. You're saying it's great because that doesn't make it great. It still means that this was the worst of the two fights. Yes,
but wasn't the fight? What about the scene in the Tales from the Jedi when she fought the Inquisitor? The same way she went quick, made quick work of it.
I have no problem with her making quick work of an Inquisitor that's not even a real person.
Yeah, but the staring shit was fucking annoying. All right,
yeah, owe you $1.
You'll be down.
Okay,
so he opens it up.
Wait. Okay, because depending on what you've watched and what you remember from what you've watched, this could mean several things. So, Don had to remind me.
They slice it open and the green spew comes out.
Don, because I didn't remember it. I'm sure I watched it, but I didn't remember it. So they're saying basically that Marok was just basically a conjuring of the witch, right? Is that what they're saying? Yep. Or because when I initially saw this, I thought because there have been these foggy, slimy type Jedis in the past, we saw them in High Republic. So I'm like, what is that what we're looking for? That's I initially thought. And then Dom's like, no, I think it's and I think Dom's right.
It is. No, he's right. That's the death. That's the
Dath
Mirror witch gas.
Of the witch.
Yeah, it's a Dath Mirror witch gas. Yeah, 100%. That's exactly what that was. Anyways, but yeah, so
I don't understand how she's able to use her magic so far from Dathomir to create this person. Because you have to be connected to the planet for the most part to use this magic, and making this magic long-term sustainable. This makes no canon sense.
Trying to make sense out of any of the shit is. I mean, I've given up on doing that. If at this point you haven't figured out that like he's just going to throw in little bits to try to fucking get like semi-fan. But the problem is, I think he's just losing it on people. Like the people who've watched the show but are casual fans don't understand. I mean, I watch it with them every week. They don't understand what's going on. And I think he's doing this because he's going to, it's like, oh, it's a callback. They'll remember, but they're lost. They don't get it. And the people who are saying it's great for the most part are the people who they're going to say it's great no matter what, right? They're gonna, like, that's just it. And these parts, there's so much great stuff here. Like the stuff they did in the front, once again, if you put that into episode 3, and JJ I know is going to disagree this, but if you put that into episode 3 is a phenomenal episode. They just cut it short to try to put it in here for some reason. It's a mess. And then this stuff, you're right. It didn't make sense. Could they have done it a little bit better? Dude, how cool would it have been? Because one of Dom's theories, Star Killer, but also what if she brought back, and I know you couldn't do it, but if you're throwing all the fucking rules out, why couldn't you bring back Savage?
Yeah.
Because she brought back Savage before. How cool would that have been?
It could have been cool. That would have been cool.
I mean, I'm just saying. Like
JJ
that
made a point too.
What?
When she fought the Ahsoka and Mando, how come she didn't use any of the magic? Which is kind of true. I don't know if she was that's hard to explain.
Yeah, that was very awkward. So
Yep.
the fighting style when she did the Kendo fighting style, right? It just looked. That's what. Once again, I know AOA is trying to defend Roseo. I'm not knocking her. Like they're putting her in bad situations, bro. They literally are putting her in terrible situations. So then we get there. What's that?
No, I said I'm not knocking the fighting style. We've seen Ben switch up fighting styles depending on who he's fighting. We've seen that before, so I'm not gonna.
A little bit.
Yeah,
I don't know. But then we get to see Jedi Johnson on the screen, and we know the big fight's coming here, and it happens. There you go, Jedi.
You know, and I miss this dude. This guy is one of the best parts of this show. Oh man.
Okay, can I say something real quick here that
Please
bugged
do.
me until I read something?
What?
So it was killing me, these red lightsabers that both him and
The orange ray.
Orange.
the orange. And then I read that, oh, they're not red, they're orange. So I was like, oh, okay. Because it was really pissing me off that they had red lightsabers. And because that just means the whole Soul comic thing about bleeding the stone is just bullshit. It never happened. But then I read, oh, it's an orange lightsaber. I was like, oh, all right, whatever. All right. Moving on.
All right, so then they have a fight. Once again, he really did the best with what he was offered.
I like this.
She
right
did. Yeah, this is really cool. I thought this probably was one of the better "fuck you" moments.
It was.
Where he's like, she doesn't have the force, or like, oh shit, there it is, and then Sabine flips down her hand and shoots out the fucking whistlers at it.
I was watching
cool.
that with the wife, and I was like, she
I
can't use force.
wish
I'm like, she
that
doesn't
was
need to use
symbolic.
force. Mandalorian. It was perfect. That was
Dude, it was.
Yeah.
I will agree. So the people that I watch it with too, that's the stuff that they can understand and think's fucking cool. And they actually threw it back too to using like the Whistler shit from like yeah, because of Mando, because part of the suit, like that's not where the complicated part comes in. Unfortunately, a lot of the complication comes around Ahsoka. Balin, pretty good fight.
She burnt the hand with so the map is in her hand.
Yeah.
That's another thing too.
Yeah.
No, they better not do that. They better not do that. I didn't even think about it.
Dom, you see
I didn't
everybody
even
just
think about it. That's kind of clever that you thought of that, but that better not go that route because that.
I know. I'm just saying.
but also how
Dom and I
did
had
it
the
burn her
same
hand?
conversation. Dom told me the same thing. It was, oh, it's burned in her hand. I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, the auto description
Better
calls it
not.
orange red. So it's a combination too.
It should be blood orange. If you think about it, blood orange.
Why? That's
No.
exactly what I'm saying. Why does it burn in our hand?
No one knows.
Because it was actually in power. The witch's magic as it was shooting. It was in the operation. So when she grabbed it, it was hot.
It
You know,
was
that's the only
overheating.
explanation. If you think about it.
Yeah, I mean that is an explanation. Yeah, I just if it turns out that they use that imprint on her burnt hand to figure out how to get.
No, she's
They're
getting there.
1000% they're gonna do that dumb shit.
No, they won't. They're not
Yeah,
going
they
to do that.
She's getting there another way.
What?
She's getting there another way. She don't need the map.
She's
Yeah,
gonna
we'll
get
get that.
there
We'll
by
get-
the Purgo. That's
We'll
what I
get to
think.
that in a
Yeah,
minute.
the Purgos where we had they're going to use they've been setting it up for the migration.
If they don't use the Purgo and they use the hand, I'm not happy.
Great shot, great acting there. I assume that JJ don't do this. Like she's got it hard enough. This is not fucking AOA.
Trolling.
Hey,
It's like, I'm not
AOA,
gonna
where's your
job
shit,
this week.
dude?
She's in pain.
Anyway, so then whatever. Fuck it. That just all that shit was fucking horrible.
Like a black wait, like okay, decide, go back.
Go back. Yeah, we gotta go back and talk
Hold
about
on. No, I want the part where she fucking hits the thing and says, "Hell, hope I've fallen and I can't get up." This scene right here.
No,
Help, I've fallen and I can't get up.
no, she's gonna shoot the orb, right? That's
Yeah.
like shooting freaking goddamn Captain Phasma. And she has the
Why is it not burning her hands?
Put the gun. No, because it's
the magic's not
it's not-
activated.
It's not
according to
activated anymore. That's why.
Well, we skipped over, and Dom, I'm surprised you didn't say anything because you brought it up when we were talking about Ahsoka tapping into some dark.
Oh, dark side when she threw shit against
when
the
she
wall.
threw
but
a weapon,
Sabine
he kind
was
of caught her and
And-
tossed her.
she was
Oh
choke,
yeah, she's
she was
angry.
choke,
Yeah.
choke forcing her, and then she just threw her. But think about it. She also went against a Jedi code too because she tortured.
She's not a Jedi.
I know,
She
but
didn't-
I'm just saying that she has dark intentions too.
Yeah,
What
a
is-
blaster
what-
would
what-
not destroy this thing. But also,
What does
I
that
think those
mean? No,
intentions-
what he just says stuff. No, he says stuff and it doesn't fucking mean anything.
I just
What does
moving
that
on.
mean?
Nobody knows.
She can tap into a darker side, and it's going to mean something when you see the ending of this.
Well, any Jedi could tap into the dark side. You're right; they
Holy,
could.
my
The
fucking
fact that
brain is just
the fact that she
fucking
did may
melting.
mean something. I'm not going to discount that. It might mean something, but we haven't seen it yet. If it does, and it may not mean anything.
This is not who Sabine is either.
Yeah.
This
I
scene I
actually-
had an issue with.
There's of the people I was watching with this, I actually didn't have a problem with this. I thought this is good. I thought this could lead to something good. But then they
I
fucked
expected
it all
this
up. But then they fucked it all up. So what happened here is she got the rock that no longer is burning for some fucking reason, even though it was still
activated.
dude, it was still burning her fucking hand. It was still burning Ahsoka's hand.
It burnt the hand when she grabbed it out of the thing. It was activated when she grabbed it. That's when it burnt, and then she dropped it, and it cooled down. That's it. There's no explanation. That's it.
That shit's still smoking. This is well after she's fucking taken it out. It's still smoking. What you just said is not true.
No, look how long it took for her to pick up the damn thing.
Can we delete that one slide because that is ridiculous that JJ put it in here. That
It's
just needs to
not
go.
yet.
I gotta go. Gotta go.
No. All right. So, anyways, but I actually the Sabine thing of like, look, man, I think she would go after Ezra. Like,
All right. The scene when Ahsoka said we might have to sacrifice, you might not get Ezra to stop Thrawn from coming. That's in her head. She wants Ezra, so she gave in to her emotions.
yeah, I had no problem with this. I mean, they fucking they did like pigeon line it, but like, yeah, I don't know why people are so upset about
I
this.
didn't
shit.
like this. I thought like when we got on the ship, like she should have like done something to sabotage the ship later on. Like that would have been cool.
She's
But-
cuffed.
AOA. I'm not going to put that. I'm not going to put that comment out there. Yet.
Mandalorian.
Well, no, apparently she's not because she doesn't know how to fight or use a fucking saber or do fucking anything anymore.
She's not a
fucking-
Jedi or Mandalorian. She's
Yeah, now
somewhere in between.
Now she's nothing, apparently, according to some people on this fucking show. So no, I mean, I actually don't get what the fuck you're saying. Dom, this is where I need Dom to rant and throw some word salad out there, and then I'll try to fucking slit it. He's just not even doing it. This
No,
is a
because-
fucking decent
no.
scene.
No, because it is a decent scene. Because the fact is that her emotions. So she's seen. But the whole fact is that Ahsoka is willing to sacrifice her seeing Ezra, and all these things. She wants to see Ezra.
Yeah, but Ezra doesn't mean shit to Ahsoka.
I'm just saying Ahsoka doesn't care. She's willing to stop
I just said.
being to see
She
that.
would,
I know.
she
what I'm
would
saying.
do something other than give it to Balin.
Yeah.
She would try to do something different. She would not just give this thing to
Well,
Balin.
Balin's a good.
No,
speaker.
Okay, so I took it under the thing of like, hey, by the way, not only are we fucking doing this, but we're also taking you there. Which her fucking friend, fucking Ahsoka Tano, seems to just want to do this all day fucking long and not take her fucking there anyways. So to be honest with you, if her fucking home, if her incestual boyfriend, because that's what they're turning this into, their brothers and sister, but they're fucking going to be banging. If that's
Not
the
according
gimmick,
to Dom.
What? No, listen. Well,
no, hold on, no. Let me finish. I don't want to hear your fucking nonsense.
No. I'm not saying nonsense. I'm saying something that's very important.
You're gonna say no, it's not.
No,
but what?
Think about it.
Let me finish.
Right,
At that point, if right now your family's gone, you don't have much to do. The one person who supposedly is your mentor, which is now what we're using or whatever the fuck, kind of threw you out there and didn't do shit to you, and you're really depressed about this, and you just want to go back and see your hookup. Like, yeah, dude, fuck you. They're gonna take me to the hookup. That's more than you've ever done for me. So yeah, I don't see why that's out of character for her. How's that out of character?
She hates the Empire. She hates them. There's no way she's trusting them.
It's not
after what they've done to Mandalore, after what they did with her.
They're not part of the Empire.
Kill the family. Yeah, I know. But
they're not part of the Empire.
Morgan is.
Morgan's working for the Empire.
Which also doesn't make any fucking sense, because the Empire wiped out all fucking death. Well, except for the 50 fucking people that all of a sudden started.
Yeah, it didn't.
More death.
I agree. I think there's no way that she's trusting anybody that has anything to do with the Empire. Never.
No. This is why I'm telling you have to throw all that canon shit out the window, because Dave does not give a fuck. I've given up. Those are not the fucking problems I have with this show. Like those problems. No, dude, because you enjoy it more if you just think to yourself, don't worry about anything. Dave's going to fucking take canon and fuck it over. So just ignore that shit. Just try to have points making sense out of it. You'll enjoy it a little bit more. You're not going to enjoy it the most, but you'll enjoy it a little bit.
Can I bring one point up?
Go ahead.
Everybody's talking about the map in Ahsoka's hand. They don't need a map. Remember Hera? They threw the friggin' thing on the ship on the.
Nobody's talking about the map in the hand. You're the only person talking about the map in the hand.
No, I'm just saying the whole thing with the map. They don't need that because remember Chopper threw the.
Here's the other reason why they don't fucking need it, because they've shown you 6 times the overlapping of the fucking purgos goes to the exact fucking places the map shows you, dude. And they've already seen
the tracking device that was put on the engine that they needed. So there's a tracking device they can track it.
No. Not unless there are beacons over there. Those tracking devices rely on beacons, don't they?
And that's not even the same ship. That was that wasn't the Super Star Destroyer.
No, it's at the ship. It's the friggin' the turbo that went into it. They needed that extra turbo to shoot the ring.
We don't need.
That's
but we don't know.
The ring's not going through.
No, the ring went to hyperspace, so it's going. So the fact is, the piece that they needed has a tracking piece.
By the way, that too fucking that was nonsense. But
we can argue that.
Not what Dom said, but the part that he just spoke, we'll get to it. That's some of the nonsense coming up here.
I like that.
We don't know where the tracker landed when Chopper threw it. If it landed on the turbo, the engine.
It doesn't fucking matter.
It doesn't matter. I think
put it out there.
I think that's just ridiculous.
I'll put it out there.
If that tracker tracks that far, that makes no sense.
Yeah, but Dom, this is what I'm telling you. You can't just say every fucking thing because it contradicts stuff you're going to say later, and then say, "Hey, dude, I said that." Like that doesn't count. It doesn't. If you say fucking everything, if you say the entire alphabet and say, "Hey, yeah, I said the letter fucking Q," you're right. But you also got wrong on A, B, C, D, E, F, G. The whole fucking rest of the alphabet you got fucking wrong, dude. Like.
I don't think
just saying shit.
Know how they're going to get there, and we'll figure it out. But what I would like to rewind to a little bit is the conversation that Balin was having with Ahsoka about why he wanted to do this. Because he did have a conversation with her about resetting a timeline and good over evil. Are we going to talk about that at all?
We can.
Yeah, feel free. No, I mean, I'm asking you guys what you guys thought about it, because he was basically saying what a lot of us on here, I think, actually maybe projected that we thought is that it sounded like he's looking at resetting the timeline.
I think you could take that.
Like 66, he wants to prevent the Jedi from falling. That's what he wants.
I think he might be saying that he can reset the order, so he can then be Luke Skywalker and redo the order, and he'll have the power because he can reset the Republic to their liking pre-fucking Empire.
Yeah, before the Jedi's lost their way. Maybe, who knows?
That's what I'm saying, yeah. So, because he knows that they lost their way. Because, remember, he still has some... She's got a fucking brain. There's some part of the Jedi Order that he fucking believes in, right? There is. He's using some of it. So my thought process behind that, because at first I saw it, I was like, oh, this is going to be really dumb. And then I was like, wait a minute. The more you listen to it, he's talking about if he's got all this power, he can then start the Jedi Order over again. And because he's learned from the mistakes, because he says something like that, like, you know, we need to reset the timeline because it got out of its way. We need to go back to da-da-da-da-da-da. Right. But he needs the power. And he also says at one point, he has the power for me to do that. What we do know about Thrawn and the power is one thing.
He doesn't say it's Thrawn. He doesn't say it's Thrawn. I don't know if I want to make that.
Yeah, the episode before he did. Because she asked him, why do we want to fight Thrawn? And he says, for the power.
For the power.
100%.
I wonder if Thrawn's, he doesn't really care about Thrawn. That there's something in this other galaxy
Thrawn
that he needs.
Yes.
Maybe it's ancient Jedi,
Thrawn
pre-Jedi,
has in his ship
something.
has the world between worlds, the entrance. Remember they built it in Thrawn's ship? That's what he wants.
If he's going to rebuild the Order, maybe there's something there that he knows about from those legends.
Yeah,
of
World between worlds.
No.
That wouldn't make sense. What you said, hold on, you wouldn't make sense because it's the world between worlds isn't a one entrance point.
No,
we know this.
Have it's on Thrawn's ship.
Dom, can I go back? Can I finish what I was saying? Then you can talk about what I was saying.
Yeah.
You talked about how there was these legends that they learned about while they were young kids.
Yeah.
About this other place. So I wonder if there's something ancient Jedi or something pre-Jedi that they would talk about in those legends that he thinks is there that he's trying to go so he can restart the Order.
You mean like the first Jedi? Like that's what I'm saying. I think that whatever the power is out there that he thinks Thrawn has, it's not about Thrawn. It's about getting the power to restart as in I'm going to bring back whatever it is, if it's an artifact, whatever it is, and we're going to restart the fucking Jedi Order. Not go back in time. Not go back in time and
find Thrawn is just a means to his end. Basically.
Yes,
I think so. I think
the world between worlds is the power that he's looking for. That's what he wants.
That is no.
I don't think so. All right. I want to see you double or nothing on that one.
Yeah. You want to lose more money?
Listen, dude, I'll double or nothing on that. I'll put it on there. I bet you the world between worlds because that's what he wants. He wants the world between worlds. Because
then why would he just get it? Well, hold on, Dom. Why would he go to another? Why would he go to another fucking galaxy for that?
Because that's where Thrawn is. That's the only way he can
get. That's not who. Hey, buddy. How many times has Thrawn been to the world between worlds?
He has it on his ship. He has the entranceway from the freaking temple on Lothal.
Did you watch this episode?
Okay. You know what? I'm telling you.
Because if you watch this episode, somebody fucking went there, spoiler alert, and they weren't on fucking Thrawn's ship. Okay? So, what you just said doesn't make any sense. Okay. He can get there from this fucking world because somebody fucking does it.
How to get into the world between worlds because there's one entranceway he knows. He knows that Thrawn has it on the ship. That's all I'm saying. Watch. What okay, you know what?
You say that all the time, and you say watch all the time, and 99.9% of the time,
all right, I am gonna
be wrong
on this, and you're gonna say, you know what?
You just know you're wrong because somebody in this episode, you said the only way to get there is on Thrawn's ship in an entranceway, and that's wrong because somebody fucking goes there.
I know, but
I'm gonna play along. I'm gonna play along.
That.
How does he know it's on Thrawn's ship? How does he know that?
That's the power. He knows. That's why we don't know anything about Balin yet. We don't know what Balin knows. Balin knows a lot of things.
No, Jedi's right about that. Jedi is absolutely right about that.
You are right.
You have no knowledge of what happened.
How do you not know who he is? We don't know who he is. Maybe he has info. You don't know. We don't know who this guy is.
The only people that know about that are Palpatine.
We can play the I don't know, you don't know game, and it's just going to take us around in circles. I don't know. I don't like playing that game.
Palpatine, Ahsoka, and Ezra are the only ones that know about that.
He knows. Maybe he knows.
And by the way, none of them took Thrawn with them or had Thrawn or put it on Thrawn's ship. They like that. What? Vader knows about you. By the way,
why?
Vader.
Why does Thrawn have the temple built on his ship? He has it built for the Emperor. He has it. It's there. The entrance to the world between worlds.
Vader better be dead.
Hold on.
Vader better be dead. So I didn't.
Ruben, dude, give it to him. If he Googled it.
I don't know. I Googled it.
Marco, I didn't include Vader because Vader's dead, and Palpatine's
kind
of.
still alive somewhere.
See though, because now the world between worlds is the fucking dream world, so it doesn't fucking matter. Like at this point.
All right, let's move on.
Right. Moving along. So I do think it was interesting, but yeah, my theory though, Jedi, I like what you're saying, but I think it is. I think there's some form of power. If he's using the ship power, he's using whatever, some artifact, whatever the fuck it is, to restart the Jedi Order, not go back and save Order 66, which doesn't make any fucking sense. But that's what I was thinking. Anyway, so also I have a problem with this. I have a problem with this because it looked like a geriatric fucking sword fight. I mean, this was fucking horrible.
No, he was freaking goddamn. He overpowered her.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like, yeah, but Ahsoka.
What? Why would you?
When did Ahsoka turn to be 1,000 years old and just shit at everything?
And even if she has a bad hand, why is she fighting here? She got so many other things she could do. Ahsoka runs away all the time, takes higher ground, could do something different. She wouldn't be fighting here. It makes no sense that she would fight with one hand.
It's part of the story. It makes it intriguing.
No, it makes you get scenes like this.
Why wouldn't she be fighting here if that's the only way to stop them from getting?
She has to fight Balin. She knew the confrontation was going to come. Balin overpowered her. Balin knows Anakin. Balin knows that she walked away from the Order. Balin got into her head. Balin is a very good talker. That's how he got Sabine to agree. That's how he got Ahsoka to friggin' Ahsoka lost. She wasn't in her full state of mind when she was fighting Balin because Balin knew about her. Come on, think about it.
She would no, James. What's saying?
I was thinking about something, but then I listened to you, and now I have no fucking clue what I was gonna say because I was gonna say something, but like
she would find another way. She always finds non-direct.
This is the thing, okay, but this is. I think maybe this is what Dom was trying to say.
If she knew she was gonna lose, she didn't have a hand. She would do something other than fight this guy directly.
Hold on, this is what because Jedi brought it up earlier, and this is a point. She was getting to a point that she was extremely upset with Sabine and how she's being treated. So she went out there and used the Force push and choke. So maybe that set her off, I guess. But like once again, that shit don't make any. None of this shit makes sense.
No.
Who gives a fuck?
Well, she used the Force choke when she saw Shin come back and assumed that meant Sabine was dead. That's what triggered that. Yeah.
And couldn't like all the pain that she's in like amplify her ability to use the Force and like because that's kind of what pain often does for people, especially when they just.
Well, she somehow used it at one point, but then lost it. I agree with you. Huh?
You're putting too much into it. She got overpowered. She got overpowered.
Dom, there is something classically ironic about you saying that we're putting too much into it.
Clip that. There's no way Dom just said you guys are putting too much into it. After he just said there's a temple built on some place for some shit that somebody didn't know about.
Goddamn Tron ship?
Oh my
the
God.
temple. Okay, you know what?
Hey, anybody wondering why I'm coming down hard on Dom today is because Dom flat out lied to me. He told me C-3PO was going to be in this episode, and he just fucking flat out lied.
Not yet. Tomorrow. Next week.
Oh my God.
He just flat lied to me. So yeah.
How many bets can Dom make and how much money can he lose? That should be the theme of the show.
Dude, he'd be so broke.
Damn, I don't know.
I did. I mean, I liked all this part right here. I thought it was okay.
I like when she was choking Sabine, and then
because she choked her back because that her buddy choked her. Yeah, that's all right. I'm down with that. Once again, this is good. Like the problem.
I like this.
Yeah, this is good. This is good. I don't think we can complain about that. I want more. The problem I want with the show, and this is the problem I have. I don't understand why they can't make the Ahsoka scenes like this. The best scenes of the show don't have Ahsoka in it. Dom, she's everywhere. Yeah, she's everywhere doing this.
I know the best scenes. I like the villains. I like the point of view from the villains. The villains are running.
Not just the villains. Sabine Wren is fucking brilliant.
Sabine is good too. Sabine's doing a part. You know what? All right, fine. But I'm telling you, the change for Ahsoka is coming, and it's gonna happen. And she'll be different. The writing will be different. She'll be Snips again.
Nobody wants to see that.
I know, but nobody wants to see. But people complaining the way she is now. So if you get Snips,
I would much rather have Snips over what we got.
How are you going to do?
I mean, it doesn't make sense. I'm just saying, if you give me the option between Snips and person that is,
I just thought that losing money would have Dom actually take a little bit of self-responsibility instead of.
Listen, I'm gonna be right one way or the other, and I'm gonna
Once again, if you say give me a letter of the alphabet and you name every fucking letter of the alphabet, yeah, you're right. You named the letter, but you also got 35 wrong. You got 35 wrong.
It's gonna blow everybody's mind, and you'll be like,
"No, it's not.
Yes.
It's not. One
And then
out of
you-
35.
And then what's going to happen is that if I get it right, you're going to change it around. Well, Dom never said that. Dom never said that. Go back to this. Go back to this.
Yeah, Dom, we've done that before. We've gone back, and you hadn't said what you said. All right, so we go here. Then he destroys the map, which, okay, cool. We figured that. But now the map's hot again, so don't burn your hands. In the meantime, Hera finally shows up. That was nice. The timing there was a little bit off. I wish Hera would have came in before he had to kill off the map. I think if you did that, if you had Hera come in with things and then he has to hurry up to kill the map off, I think that would have made more sense there and probably picked up the pace on it. It was about 75% tropes, but no, it wasn't that much. Probably like 40.
No,
It wasn't that bad.
It
Wasn't
was
that
crazy the scene that
There
happened.
was some really good stuff in this episode.
Remember Hera in the episode of Rebels
I don't-
when she lost a bunch of her ships when she went down in an episode of Rebels. This is kind of reminiscent of one of the episodes from Rebels.
You know when he said that? What was the next comment after he said that in that video, Dom? Was it your mom?
No, well, I'm just saying. I know the episode.
So then after that,
No, see,
so then after that, this is the one thing I don't understand about Sabine Wren.
I do watch the shows. But I do watch those things. But I watched Rebels.
This is what I don't understand is why did they put handcuffs on Sabine Wren? Because she submitted.
I didn't
already.
like that either, to be honest.
Yeah, I thought that was
Prisoner.
bad and didn't make any sense. And now it's just gonna do the Luke in fucking in New Hope where he takes the things up.
I think the reason that she put handcuffs is because he doesn't trust Morgan.
Oh really?
Has nothing to do with his trust of Sabine. He doesn't trust Morgan.
Oh no. I think it's just a setup down the road to do the fucking like the
No,
things aren't
maybe
really
it
live.
is, but I think
And
he
you don't
already,
think
he already did that. They already did that with Morgan's handcuffs.
Mm,
But I don't think he'll do it again. I think he really doesn't trust Morgan, and if he didn't have handcuffs, she knew there's no way that Morgan was going to let
yeah.
him. lift it.
Well, John, you got to us just as we were asking it. I bet. So there you go. I mean, like,
They're,
the
they're
handcuff
Morgan's original handcuffs
Yeah.
from the first episode.
Well, listen, think about it. They haven't been trusting Morgan to begin with, especially Shin. Shin has been really eerie about the whole witch thing, and we all know that they
do you
have.
think so? But we do think that they're not fully locked, right? And that when Morgan tries to betray Balin, Sabine's going to help Morgan out. Yes.
Even if they're not locked, she can get out of handcuffs. She's Sabine Wren.
Well, no, she can't because she hasn't been training for 10 years, so she forgot everything she can fucking do.
She's Sabine
Basically,
Wren. She can
we
get
had
out
a
of handcuffs.
fucking 10-hour speech on that already. Don't you know how that works?
If she needs help getting out of handcuffs, I'll be mad because she can get out of handcuffs herself.
She can't do anything. We already had that. We had that lecture
No.
already.
Lightsaber training.
1971. If you can't, nobody training.
You know
There.
what?
No. Yeah. What?
You know what I mean? You just don't want to freaking goddamn say Dom knows.
Dom knows, but we're gonna.
No, I literally asked you, "Do you know?" And you said, "No, I don't." So we got that clip. I do too. I think that's it. You think Shin? Oh, I don't know if she's gonna stay alive. I think eventually Thrawn's gonna.
Think about it. Think about this. If Morgan,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. What do you think about this part?
I didn't like this for one reason.
I liked it.
Please, Jedi.
Well, I mean, the X-wing fighters, I didn't have a problem with them putting themselves between the ship and hyperspace. But if you're Hera and you've got your son sitting beside you in the cockpit, if I can only speak for myself. If I had one of my sons sitting in the cockpit next to me, I'm not putting my ship in the direct line of a huge Titanic freaking monster that's about to jump into hyperspace. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. So that bothered me. Other than that,
No, it's kind of cool though. It's kind of cool. There was no hesitation. She just went right into hyperspace without even saying anything and just did it, which is kind of cool. I like the ships exploding and crashing into each other. That was kind of cool. I like that.
visually it was nice. I thought.
I really thought Sabine was going to try to sabotage the ship when she found out that Hera was there. Because there's no way that I could see Sabine putting Hera in danger. I understand maybe doing whatever you could do to Ahsoka, but when you know Hera's in danger,
yeah.
I thought she was going to try to sabotage. You saw all those like energy things over there that you on the side of her.
Yeah,
ship.
see, I think that would once again. I think that's where they lost an opportunity, is where she could have, and now she's probably going to do it in the next episode, and we just don't know it yet, and they're not going to go to where they're supposed to. But like, if they would have done that, even if Morgan was smacked her, and then we could have seen the confrontation between Balin and Morgan, where he's like, "She's not your prisoner, she's mine. Don't fucking touch her."
Sure.
Like, I think that would have made this episode and even this scene play, because this scene just seemed like a throwaway.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think Jedi's right. We know that there's not really any of effect on it, because you know they're not going to kill off the kid and the mom. You know, so you lost some fucking pilot that nobody fucking knew about. Like, okay.
Well, what's his name? The stunt double for Mando was one of the pilots.
Didn't know that. Didn't make the scene any fucking better or any worse.
You know,
I'm just saying, like, at some point, like, I think, like,
Mr. Kim's not dying.
But I mean, that was like the thing too. Like, so this part, they were like, wait a minute, why did they try to get in front of it if they could just jump through them anyways? And I was like, yeah, I mean that I didn't have an explanation for that. I didn't have an explanation for it at all. Because like, I mean,
so the rings went through hyperspace though. That's what Dom's saying.
Yeah, the ring did.
The whole thing.
I didn't see that.
Yeah,
I thought the
so
ring.
how I understand it was that actually the ring is actually the bridge. The ring is the bridge. They're on the top of the. They're on the top of the bridge. Is the ring part. So that's actually the ship part. The engines are the side, and this is where it didn't make sense. Is because like, if that's the case, they went in the middle of it. If you had that drift in the middle, it would shatter the middle of the part in hyperspace anyway. So like, they weren't in the outside realm where fuck it. I mean, fuck it.
I'm not going to pretend to understand hyperspace anymore. So I mean,
just when you think
you kind of understand it, they throw some shit at you. So.
And now they spend so much time trying to make you understand it. That's like, how much work did we do in the High Republic stuff to help us understand hyperspace?
Which this scene kind of does take away from that, because like, if that jump should have fucking disintegrated the ships, right?
Well, unless the fact that you're talking about
it damaged the ring.
It should have destroyed the ring.
If those ships were crashing and getting pushed out because of that, that's what I'm saying. Like, the impact that it caused the X-wings, that should have affected because it's the inside of the part is a shit. Like,
well, I can only
physics.
And just to think of it on an elementary level, I guess the thinking of it, I'm sure, was this thing is a ring. These ships are in the middle. We've calculated how we can shoot the ring around them and still make our trajectory into hyperspace. And then the turbulence of that is what turbulence in space, which it really okay. But anyway, that's what shook the other ships and made them fly all over the place. That's the thinking. Now, who knows? But like, I can only get.
But if that's the case, fuck it. Who gives a shit? Like, I mean, this is where I'm just like, I don't give a shit anymore. Like, I'm just gonna cut out and forget this dumb shit that doesn't make any fucking sense. And then now, I mean, the world between worlds is not just turned into a portal; it's purgatory. When you fucking die, you can just go to fucking the world between worlds. No what, Dom?
Yes, but wait, there could be a lot more to this than just.
Yeah, there could be a lot more dumb shit too. Yeah, that's dumb. There could be more dumb shit.
Worlds. Since Ahsoka died, she has the daughter of Mortis. Remember, the son of Mortis is still alive. This has something to do with the Mortis. This is about Mortis. That she was able to get she was pulled in by
Dollar.
That's
dollar.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Dollar knows what you're talking about, but a dollar. A fucking dollar. I'm gonna start a fine fucking jar now.
Okay,
this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do on this show. No. We're not gonna do this. This is what I'm gonna do. We're gonna have a fine jar. I'm gonna send you all a jar to your house, and when you say stuff that makes no fucking sense, it doesn't happen. You can put a dollar in the fucking fine jar. You can put a dollar in the fine jar, and then at the end, we see who has all the jars. Because if we're going to get the whole fucking alphabet wrong and only get one letter fucking right, we're going to be paying.
Anakin pulled her in. And it has something to do with the other son of Mortis and this and that. That's how she got. That's how she got.
Wait, hold on, but that's not how the world between worlds worked. The world between worlds.
Marco, be clear. We don't know how it works.
She was pulled out by Ezra. She was pulled in by friggin' Anakin. The world between worlds. It is the world between worlds, and that's how it's done.
She wasn't pulled out. She was pulled in.
She was pulled in when she fell.
I'm gonna let Dom finish what he's saying if he's done. But all I'm gonna say, Dom, is this whole world, brother and sister of Mortis or whatever. We talked about losing the casual fan earlier in the show. You start bringing in some shit like that, and this is a lot.
This scene in itself lost the casual fan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
like
waiting.
The casuals were going like, "What the."
If they don't watch freaking goddamn Clone Wars, they're not going to understand this. And if they didn't watch Rebels, they're not going to understand this.
But they told us you didn't have to. And no, but
Yeah,
that's
the
not.
thing.
But that's not even the thing, Dom. They're like, she's in heaven now.
No, she's
I
not
don't
in here. She got pulled in. Like if Anakin, who knows if that's Anakin? We don't know if it's Anakin. It looks like Anakin.
Okay, so Don brings up a good point, and we talked about it before. At the end of Return of the Jedi, the Force ghost of Anakin was wearing the brown tunic
Nope.
or whatever. This guy was wearing black.
And it played the music
Anakin
of the
was wearing
Empire.
black.
So it's something evil. It could be the son of Mortis, because
Well, we don't
the son of
know.
Mortis killed Ahsoka in the Mortis episodes, and he was brought back.
And that's what I'm saying, Sticks. There's no fucking context. And what Dom's saying is, this is a great fucking episode, and there's literally no context to this. That's what I'm like. If you take the stuff, that's not good. What you just said, Dom, is not good.
Why?
Why?
I don't think it's good either, to be honest. I mean, we'll wait and see how it plays out. But I've had Dom and I talked about this, but my stance on this, we did not need this scene. I don't know how they were going to.
Yeah, he was. By the way, he was DH
make
Clone
Ahsoka
Wars.
come back. This scene, if it's the world between worlds, that's going to suck. If this is purgatory, that's going to suck, because now I have to imagine that Luke and Obi-Wan and Yoda, when they're not visiting Luke
how
or whatever.
About this? How about if you
wandering
think this is Force Ghost? Yeah, this is like how they're going to treat Force Ghosts. This is how they're going to explain Force Ghosts. All the Force Ghosts live in this area now, and they can just pop in and pop out everywhere. That's how they're going to think about that, Dom. Think about what you're saying. This is going to take fucking Force Ghosts, and now that's how they're going to explain how fucking Darth Vader switched from fucking having fucked up face to being this shit.
Jedi. What I hope is this is all a dream.
There's the
Hits her head on the rocks down below as she falls.
That's a possibility. That's
Anakin
probably the
story
most
here.
pragmatic thing, Wayseeker.
So this actually isn't real. She's just dreaming it.
No, she didn't fall on the rocks. She was pulled in.
I'm saying what I'm hoping, Dom. I'm hoping it's all.
Where did you see somebody pull her in? You're
She was
saying that
pulled in.
No, hold on, Dom. I didn't ask you that. I said, where in this episode did you see her get pulled in?
You didn't see it. It happened.
So then you don't know that happened. No. You know, Dom. We're done with it. We're done with the. I guarantee.
She was pulled in.
No.
She was pulled in. That's what I'm saying.
You're saying you think she was pulled
No.
in.
That's what I'm saying. She was pulled in.
No, Dom. Say I think
The world
she was
between
pulled
worlds, someone was looking at that particular scene where she was falling.
in. So
and
who pulled? Hey, Dom.
Anakin.
Why do you think she?
The son of Mortis. That's what I'm trying to say. Why are you people? Why are you like shaking your head?
Because I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying
I'm saying he's wrong. I'm saying he's 1,000% wrong, because he's always wrong, and he acts like he's not wrong, and he's getting on here and talking about how he's the fucking gatekeeper of fucking Star Wars, when he's always wrong. Always. 99.9% of the time wrong. Then he's telling us, hold on. Then he's telling us this shit happened. And when I say, where did it happen? He says, well, that's what I'm saying. It happened. How do you know it happened? Did you see it, Dom? It happened.
No,
okay, so you think it happened. No, 100% it happened. We saw it. Where?
She was pulled into the world between worlds, just like Rebels. Just like Rebels. That's how she got there.
But you also said, what you said about
Rebels made a little bit of sense. There was an understanding of how you could get in, and Ezra got in. That made a little sense.
Ezra got it. By the way, that's not what Dom just said 10 minutes ago. Dom said that she got fucking pulled in.
Pulled in by Anakin, who could be the son of Mortis. You don't know who he is.
I mean, if that's what happened, it's possible.
Dom, if that,
Anakin's dad is?
Now Anakin's dad is Mortis. And by the way, if that happens, who the fuck are you writing this shit for, Dom? Because nobody, zero. You said make Star Wars good. One of the things you need to do to make Star Wars good is so that people fucking understand. What you're saying, Dom, you have some of the best scholars here on fucking Star Wars history. Hold on. No, Dom, hold on. No, but you got me, JJ, and Wayseeker here. There's not a lot of more people that know all about Star Wars than us. Ruben's in the chat too, but there's not. There really isn't. And what you're saying, we're telling you that shit doesn't make any fucking sense. It's complicated.
Look, the world between worlds, right?
Yeah, the chat's saying they don't even know. I've ran a Star Wars show for 4 fucking years. I've had loyal people in the fucking chat. All we do is talk Star Wars. They've all got Star Wars fucking logos and shit. And they're like, what the fuck are we talking about here, dude?
Go back to the episodes of Clone Wars with the Son of
I
Morgan.
understand what you're saying.
That's
Dom.
not what we're saying. We know who you're talking about.
Let me
We
finish.
know who you're talking about.
Let me
That's
finish.
not what we're saying.
All right,
No, let me finish because you're not listening. I listen to your shit. You're not listening.
I'm trying
What
to-
you're saying does not fucking make sense, and
Why?
it doesn't make the show
Why?
good
Why?
because people can't understand it. Don't you see the chat?
All right, what do you want me to do with the chat? I can't help it. They didn't watch Clone Wars. They didn't watch a thing.
They fucking watch Clone Wars. They fucking watch it. We fucking show Clone Wars in this goddamn
I'll
show.
be back in a minute.
Dude, what are you talking about? You're talking to people that have watched all that shit, read all the fucking comics, read all the fucking books, and you're telling us, oh no, you don't understand. Oh, I fucking understand, bro. I understand. I understand what you're saying makes no fucking sense.
Why does it make no sense? Why does it make no sense? Does the world between worlds make sense?
What?
Does the world between worlds make
No,
sense?
no,
Thank you.
no.
Thank you. So,
But you
I'm
can't
giving you something. I'm giving you something to look back at. The fact is that look, Anakin-
Dom, you can't put that on a TV show that you're trying to make better to attract casual fans
Right.
and say, I'm going to do some shit where the Mortis, the brother and sister arc of Mortis, where it's the good and the bad side fighting each other, where the fuck, then the owl fucking bird's going to come in some shit. Get the fuck out of here. Who the fuck? Dude, they're already losing fucking viewers because they're not understanding this fucking show, Dom. That's the hardest part about the show. They're losing viewers because people don't understand the shit. And what you're saying is, let's fucking make it even less understandable.
How am I saying it? If you're gonna watch Star Wars, go back to watch those episodes that I'm
Again,
talking about.
remember, Dom's.
I've watched it. That doesn't make sense.
Dom's changing things now. You got to be born in 1977 or before, and you had to have watched everything from Star Wars to critique it.
All right, listen. You see, now you're trolling me. This is what I'm trying to say.
He's not.
Anakin
What
in
you
the World
said.
Between Worlds. Listen, we don't know if this is Anakin.
You're saying like it's facts, but you don't know.
Would you let me finish explaining it? It looks
Please.
like Anakin from pre-Revenge of the Sith, before he changed. But listen, he could be in this
Move it
timeline.
to
Look,
Anakin's
listen to me.
face.
Listen to me.
Follow
Listen to me.
JJ's advice. Keep
Listen,
going.
listen to
Marco.
me. This could be the fact
I got
that he was supposed to be the balance. They wanted him to balance. In this timeline, maybe he was the balance of the Force.
This
of
is creepy.
The light and the dark. We don't know. Because remember, Ahsoka was supposed to be the light. He was supposed to be the father, and then you had somebody else as the dark. So I'm telling you,
They're not even saying. Wait, I thought he banged Padme.
no. What are you? Oh, Jesus Christ!
Isn't Luke
people
Skywalker
in Star
Leia's
Wars,
kids?
you're not understanding what I'm freaking talking about.
Yeah, he's the father of Luke and Leia, right?
Well,
No,
I'm
no,
He's
he's
talking about the Mortis, the
The
father
Mortis,
and the son from Mortis.
He
Oh,
was supposed to
now
be
he's
the
going for the
balance.
father and son of Mortis.
He
Okay,
was supposed
yeah.
to be the balance. They wanted him to balance.
Okay,
Maybe
hey,
in this time,
Dom. Let me explain something to you real quickly. You see what you're doing here? What you're doing, you're trying to explain some shit that is so crazy that we can't even follow what you're saying, and you want them to do that on screen in 30 minutes, and that's going to be good for the show.
Hey, listen,
Like I'm
I'm
saying,
only trying
I
to
hope
bring
it's a
it to
dream.
that to make sense of this. If people don't understand, it's not my fault that they don't understand.
Dude,
I'm trying to
it's
make
not
sense.
that it's
But
it
what
doesn't
I'm
though.
saying-
Even what you're
People
saying,
don't.
but what you're saying doesn't make fucking from somebody who
makes no
does
sense?
understand.
Why does it make sense?
That fucking doesn't make any sense at all.
What?
The only way this is going to work, and I'm
Because it
I'm
doesn't
sticking with
work.
it. The only way it's going to work is if it's a dream, and they have some flashback sequence because that's going through her head.
And no, I mean, if and
That's
we're gonna
just
do that. Like
out.
this is gonna be our new way, or and I don't like this, but this is our new way to communicate with Force Ghosts.
I don't want that. I don't want that. It
That's-
doesn't make sense. Like I said, the
I,
dream is the only thing
this
that will
shit
make
doesn't make
sense.
sense already. That's what I'm telling you.
But it will make sense if it's a dream. That will make sense
That she went to the world between worlds
in her head, in her vision.
I guess, but that's not how they.
She can walk through the things because she died already. She died already a couple of times. You don't understand. She has that in her. The daughter is in her. That's how she has the ability. Jesus, man.
Jedi save us.
Please, what is this nonsense? All right, how did you guys like this deep fake?
Tune in Tuesday.
Deep fake could have been better. But the fact
No, wait, but she couldn't because Dom said earlier you can only get to the world between worlds if you go through the temple on fucking Thrawn's fucking shit. That's what you said earlier. That is what you fucking said.
You're pulled into it.
Anyways, go ahead. What do you think of the deep fake, Jedi?
I'm so over these fakes. I don't even
Yeah.
pay attention anymore. It
It's
looks
fucking
like
terrible.
it looks like a deep fake. It is a deep fake. I'm not gonna rehash the whole deep fake thing. It's
So what you're
it's
saying
Anakin.
is
Okay.
his hair's too
Supposed to be.
blonde or brown? The fuck are you talking about?
I think
I think it was done on purpose.
it
What was
is
that
interesting that JJ talks about is
The
before he had a
defense.
scar.
Yeah,
So
it's
he's
Clone
coming
Wars,
back
right?
to a time period, if it's a dream or something like that, that is even older than, a certain period in that time period with Anakin. So
When they first met, is that what you're saying?
yeah, something along those first.
But see,
No.
this is why I have a problem. This is how I have a problem. And I'm not saying it's good. Once again, I'm not saying it's good, but this is where, because he's healed back, we saw them do that when originally he had the Vader scars. Then the next time we saw him as Anakin, but without losing fucking
He has
being
the
Vader.
scar. If you really look, he has the scar. You got to look very closely. He has the scar.
Hey, I went back in the time where you told us
Where's
to
the
go listen.
scar?
Yeah. I also went back to listen where you said the music was. It wasn't there.
Where's the
The
scar?
music is there. The ending. It plays the Imperial March.
No, there's no scar.
No, I'm talking about the Darth. When you're saying Maul or whatever.
No, it
Maul's
wasn't.
voice.
It was the son of Mortis talking.
No. Remember when you said it was Maul's voice, and that's why it's going to be.
Sam Whitmore playing the voice. Okay.
He came out, Dom. He played the fucking Locat.
He was the voices in the background, not just the Locat. The voices in the background.
All right, but this is why I asked the question earlier. Everything in this season is going to hinge on episode 5. Because if episode 5 is bad, the season's done.
Dude, if he doesn't, my greatest hope for episode 5 is that he doesn't try to introduce. I think you're right. If he does, the way to get out of it, you're right. The way to get out of it is she hit her heads in the rocks, and this is a dream. If he does anything else besides that,
he's dead. That's a long fall.
Darth Maul. What? Wait, what? Did Darth Maul get cut in half? And
We've
thrown down a longer?
seen Jedis break their falls before
I
using
know,
the Force. She could have done that to an
She
extent.
was
And
pulled in. She did not fall. She didn't make it to the ground. She got pulled in.
Once again, you don't know that. Number two, if she got pulled in, then why would she be laying flat like she just fell on some rocks?
Pulled in, thrown in when she went back. And
we're disregarding, Dom, for the time
Oh, stop.
being, we're
Oh, shit.
disregarding that theory in order to talk about.
Okay, so
For the time being.
But I think you're right, Wayseeker. I think this is a pivotal. It is pivotal, and this is kind of where this is like I'm worried about it because everybody's saying like the next episode's gonna be, and I guess it's the faith thing. You hope it's gonna be great, but if he goes any route, like even the route where I'm saying like this, you could fix this with the ghost thing. That I'm telling you that I watched this with casual people that have watched Rebels, Clone Wars, all the movies. Okay, read some of the comics, and they're confused with some of the shit that's going on. And it's not like top on their list anymore to fucking turn this on. You have to remind them it's coming on Wednesdays. So, like, if they go any route besides falling stone, I think you're right, Wayseeker. They go any route besides falling stones, it sucks, man. It doesn't suck because the show sucks. It sucks because we're gonna lose, we're gonna lose viewership. And if you lose enough viewership, we just don't get any more of this stuff. And that's the part. I mean, I guess when I was talking in the chat about this bullshit, it's not about like I love all the Sabine stuff. I love the hairs. My biggest worry with the show is that the viewership's going to keep declining, and if they can't fucking make Ahsoka work, I mean, we've already seen they're starting to spread out the fucking content, dude. Like it's make or break it for Dave on this one. I mean, and if you do the Mortis route, that's done. It's done. You should fucking put a fork in.
Let's grade these things, man. Let's grade them.
Yeah. Put a
Are
fork
we at the end?
Yeah, we're at the end.
Are we at the end? Okay.
Yeah.
Let me go first.
Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead.
With all the discussion that we've had with the what might be, what could have been, what may come, anything is possible. Even with all that, still hands down, understanding that 5 is supposed to be the be all end all. 4, hands down, the best one so far. Even with everything else, I enjoyed 4 better than 1, 2, or 3. This past episode, I liked it. The end of it, I didn't like. The end of it, I'm just gonna have to wait and see. I did not like the end, but I'm going to give this one, I'm giving it an 8.5 on this one. I enjoyed it. I had a good time watching it. Balin as boss. That's just, I enjoyed what they did with Sabine in the fighting. I thought we talked about that before. I thought it was good that she kind of did the fake out using the Force. No, I'm a Mandalorian. And I hope, and I'm going to be wrong on this, I hope that is a signal that they're going to start leaning, Sabine is going to start being more Mandalorian than Jedi. What I'm hoping. That was kind of a sign of things to come. I'm probably not, but that's what I hope. And yeah, the ending was, whatever. But so that we covered everything else that I made notes on. But yeah, so I give this 8.5. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun, even though the ending was, I don't know what the ending was.
All right, go ahead, Dom. Well, can I address this real quickly? Like, that would make a lot of sense. If you fell on a baby Purgo and you see the Purgo, because she's got to get back get back with Hera and get them all out there too. And all of a sudden they take the because they're, I mean, that's how they're getting out there.
We've never seen Purgo get that close to.
Yeah, we did with Ezra. Yeah, we did with Ezra.
They're inside the Earth's they're inside the planet's atmosphere like that, where they could catch somebody falling off a cliff.
They caught Ezra going off.
They literally caught Ezra.
Send her to the world between worlds. Yeah. That makes no sense to me.
Well, not the world between worlds. Not the world between worlds. I'm saying, I'm taking the majority of it.
Okay,
we're gonna see this, not rocks. Baby Purgo raise up like the Ezra scene, because he likes to do that shit, like the Ezra scene. Get Hera. They're gonna be like, yeah, we could take these fucking things.
Totally fine if she blacks out.
Fix that shit real quickly. Like
she lands on a Purgo. Totally cool with that.
Yeah,
totally cool.
Well, I also think it's something he does. I think Tony's onto something. All right, Dob, go ahead.
Well, I gave this a 9.5 because, and the only reason why I'm going to give it a 10, because I don't usually give 10s, but the fact is that because Morok didn't turn out to be Starkiller, that pissed me off. But then I understood. Then it was kind of cool then. But I think the best part was the lightsaber battle. We got a lot of lightsaber battles, which was awesome. And I'll tell you again, I freaking pray to God I miss Ray Stevenson. I think this is one of his best performances as a as a character. He's really bringing in the heat with this, and I really want to see a book, a comic, or something with him. I know who he is because him and Shin, I think Shin might be his daughter. Who the hell knows? But could be. I don't know. But all I know is that those two characters are awesome, and I would like to see more of them in, like I said, books or comics. The World Between Worlds was awesome. Seeing Anakin again and hearing that eerie music of the Imperial March at the end, saying that some crazy evil shit's gonna happen, that it's not what it's seen. And I'm still sticking to the thing. Mortis, the son of Mortis. I don't care what anybody says. It's something, and I hope there's a flashback of her on Mustafar fighting Anakin. If that scene shows a flashback, and if you look into the World Between Worlds, you see it happening. I don't know. I hope something like that happens. But anyway, a 9.5. And I'll let you scratch your head again, like wondering what the hell, because I'm throwing it out there. 9.5. There you go.
But half the stuff you said that you like didn't fucking happen in the fucking show. It's like about what's happening down the road that you hope. No. I hear what you're saying. I'm retorting what you said. See, you say something, then I retort. And my point is, what did you give? What did you give this actual show? This episode that you saw? Not the shit.
9.5.
Yeah, but not because of the shit that could happen down the road.
No, I gave it a 9.5 because of Anakin at the end, of the lightsaber battle, the lightsabers, the overall action, the people dying in the friggin' X-Wing fighters, the hyperspace, all the stuff. It felt like a Star Wars episode, really, and I enjoyed every moment of it. And I can't wait for episode 5.
Now I'm going to troll you here because you deserve to be trolled.
Troll me.
But remember when we talked about the Acolyte like 6 weeks ago and the news story that you got so mad about because there was no blasters in there?
But there was blasters in this.
And you're like, I don't want to show with all lightsabers. And now you're like, no, I like this because of lightsabers. I just don't understand what you want. I really don't. I mean, I'm telling you, I really don't.
Hold on, man. We listen to the crazy stuff you say. Let him finish. He's not wrong.
No, you're throwing me. But this episode had everything. It had the guns, the lightsabers, and it had space. It had ships in space. That's what I like about Star Wars. The Acolyte just saying they're gonna have lightsaber battles and no guns and no pistols and no freaking space battles. That's the problem. Okay. That's what I'm trying to say.
Singer, go ahead. I've heard enough crazy.
I give it a
today.
7.5. It's my second favorite episode. 2, I think, was still better. There was just too much in this episode that didn't make sense, that annoyed me as I look back at it. But it was.
That's all I was kind of saying in the chat the other day.
A solid episode. I really liked a lot of things about it, but there was enough in there that said it's not quite the 8 mark for me. So I gave it 7.5.
So this is what I'm disappointed in. Like, if you took the first 5 minutes out of this fucking show and put it on what did I give last week? The 6.5 or 7.5, 7 somewhere around there. Yep. If you took the first 5 minutes out of this, that would make last week's like an 8.5, right? And then, like, if you just took the last little bit out of this and maybe made Ahsoka, we're never going to get to a 9 as long as Ahsoka's in here, because they're doing a poor job portraying her. Okay, so we're never going to get to a 9. Just stop, because we're just not. Unless all of a sudden they actually have her moving around and doing flips and using 2 lightsabers and, I don't know, doing anything that Ahsoka does. Anything that slightly resembles Ahsoka. Till then, not getting a 9 out of me. But, like, that middle portion was a great episode. I mean, there's some part, like, take, once again, disbelief with whatever he doesn't care about. So, like, this episode was a 6, 5, 7, 7-ish, but it could have been, once again, this could have been an 8 or 9. And the same thing with the last episode. I just have the feeling like this is like, there's just a couple things where it's like, it's small things that are rolling down a hill and causing like molehills, right? Like you could have waited. We know you're trying to get out to theaters. We knew they were trying to push this, all right. So they're going to do this thing, and like then we're going to do blah blah blah. Okay, I get that for your marketing opportunity. But if you just cut that out and you have her disappear at the last minute, we don't know what happens to Ahsoka. Sabine's leaving. Is that not a perfect point break for this episode?
Yep.
It's a perfect point break for this episode. And if you do this, does this not make this a higher episode? If you cut the first 5 minutes and give it to the last episode, and if you cut the last 2 minutes and give it to the next episode, now are we pretty much close to a fucking 9 on this episode?
And Walko, say if the last episode was connected to they showed both episodes together, what do you think?
As long as you cut off the last 5 minutes of this, yeah, it's a 9. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Like, it just,
they want that teaser though, right? You got to have the teaser.
But once again, your teaser's that thought of shit. One of our protagonists is dead, and our other one's flip sides. Like, the emotional reaction people had in the room where Sabine Wren, they're like, why she backstabbed Ahsoka? Like, they were upset about that shit. And then, like, that's the perfect time to cut right there. You have people in your hands having that's the biggest emotion. When Sabine Wren handed that over, that's the biggest emotion connection I've seen anybody have to this fucking TV show. That's the biggest. That literally is. I've never seen a pop like that for the people wrestling. That was a pop moment. And then they diluted the pop. And like, why? You had it. You have Sabine Wren in handcuffs and going on the ship, and nobody knows where Ahsoka is. How fucking cool is that? But then you did fall asleep and go to Wonderland and fucking play with Force Ghosts. Like,
it almost seems like that's how it ended.
Huh?
It almost seems like that was how it was going to end. And then they put that last 2 minutes in there because they wanted to get this theater push. Because they really thought
exactly
if they showed Anakin, the Doms of this world are going to go to the theater, and that's going to make a big deal. Because I mean that's true of the Instagram people that I saw. Like, nobody cared about this episode other than Anakin was in it,
right?
And that was.
But
it got a 10 because Anakin was in it.
But once again, when you are in the room and having people watch it, the most emotional, the biggest pop wasn't Anakin. The biggest pop was Sabine Wren betraying Ahsoka Tano. And I don't understand how you take that. Like, you fucking had it, man. Dude, I'll be honest with you, at that point, when I heard people bitching about that and like how they're getting emotional, I was like, holy shit. The Star Wars show on Sunday is going to be off the hook because people are going to be like, oh, he's just fucking playing. He's saying this is a 9 because of whatever. But that show was a 9, bro. Like, it was really good. It explained a lot about the episode before. It really made a lot of coherent sense in certain places. It a lot of stuff Dom said. There was a lot of good fighting in there. They did some spacing, so they made it beautiful. once again, don't like the dark shading they use during certain stuff, but whatever. But they didn't stop. It's like you had it. You fucking had it. And then it doesn't matter what they do with World Between Worlds after that. If they do some Mortis bullshit that nobody's going to understand next episode, if they do her floating on a baby Purgo, if she bumped her head on some fucking rocks and the tiger's carrying her fucking back up, if the owl has her by her talons and holding her ahead, none of that shit matters because this episode was perfect then. You know what I mean? And then the next episode, you can figure out your problems there and make more explanation of it. I mean, that's whatever. That's just my opinion. I know you guys are all giving me a hard time in chat, and that's why I didn't want to get too much into it there, but I think it's more than fair to say that they're shooting themselves in the foot and there's no reason for them to do that. So there you go.
JJ asked a good question here. He asked us like how, and he said much. How much of the episode do we think is going to be flashback for episode 5? We know it's a long episode. We know it's almost an hour. I think it's the longest Star Wars episode we've gotten on anything so far.
It's probably, I would say that this, I'd probably say, what are we hoping or what do we think?
What do we think?
Well, are we talking dream flashback? Like this might be a sequence where they've had a conversation before, and what the conversation she's about to have is a conversation when she was a very young Padawan she had with fucking him. Is that what we're saying?
I mean, or you could go Dom's route and think there's going to be this Mustafar alternative world.
The actress that they hired, the young one that's going to be the young Ahsoka in the dream sequence that you call it, that they have the other person they hired that she's going to see through the World Between Worlds what could have been, because she's guilty that she left the Jedi Order, that she thinks she could have saved Anakin from turning to the dark side. Maybe she's going to see that now, and that's what's going to change her perspective. She's going to see that no matter what she did, can never change Anakin's path. Anakin was going to change to the dark side no matter what.
Then that gets rid of your fucking Mortis fucking theory.
No, I'm just saying. But it could be
No. I'm just saying that what you just said makes kind of some sense. But if you do that, your Mortis theory doesn't make any fucking sense.
You know what? Listen, I'm still going the route with the Mortis theory too, because she does.
You can't do both. It's one or the other.
Look, the whole fact is them playing that Imperial March, the eerie music at the end. Counts. There's something to it. There's some dark shit coming, and it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I'm gonna enjoy it.
I mean, for her for her to have this, whatever you want to call it, but let's just at this point call it a Force dream. For her to have this Force dream, where she goes into an area and it gives her the flashbacks or it's the 12 days of Christmas, whatever the shit, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. If we have like a future past,
it goes to future past, present. That's not 12 days of Christmas, but whatever.
Whatever, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Scrooge. Well,
Scrooge.
Scrooge.
Yeah.
If we're doing Scrooge with this, Scrooge makes a lot of sense. That is something I can see him doing as Scrooge. And like, if he does Scrooge, he does Scrooge. Am I going to like it? I don't know. Probably not. I mean, that's not great, but like, it's not the worst thing you could do. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, I think there is. I mean, I think, yeah, It's a Wonderful Life too. Yeah.
Yep.
And listen,
I mean, I want there to be no more than 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
Hey, how much are they charging for theaters, Dom? How much are they charging for this?
Maybe they charge like $10. Maybe I don't see them charging like 20 regular movie ticket prices. It's only an hour. But we might get something.
That's why I'm
maybe
curious.
I don't know. Maybe I didn't see the prices of how much they're charging in movie theaters. They just said that the tickets go on sale.
You're on the wait list. Didn't they tell you how much it costs?
No, I actually looked. I didn't see anything either.
Why would you go on a late list not knowing how much it costs?
Because I know it's not going to cost $30.
Wait, is it just showing that one day, or is it going to stay all week?
I think maybe one movie theater all week.
Is it free? I mean, if it's free, that's cool.
Free, that's a different story.
Well, it ain't free. I guarantee you it ain't free.
It's not going to be free. I know that.
Ruben says it's a free event. I don't know if he's
Ruben says it's free. I don't believe that.
I don't know.
Show me, Ruben. I mean, I don't want to call anybody wrong, but yeah, show
apparently,
me.
If you can't sell out in Seattle,
you can't sell in Seattle if it's free. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like that second one, if he does, can we just what do we call it? Can we just call it Scrooge? If he does Scrooge, it's a generalized enough concept that even a casual will understand what it has, so it makes sense.
Yes, totally agree.
You cannot do Mortis. It just will. I mean, like, even what Dom was saying, Dom thinks it's cool, but like listening to it, I don't think it's cool. It doesn't. Like, it's too much. You know what I mean? Like, that's not. So, like, yeah, I think like that. The Scrooge thing is probably not gonna fucking do it because it'd make too much sense to do the Scrooge thing. But Dom, I mean, I think why would you go with that theory instead of whatever nonsense you're saying?
You know what?
So are we agreeing with Dom that Anakin pulls her into this thing to
No.
show her the ghost of Christmas past? Is that what we're doing here?
No, all I'm saying though is like, no,
What are you
I'm saying
doing?
like she is. I'm saying let's say somehow, hopefully she didn't hit her fucking head on rocks. Hopefully it's baby Pergo pillow. That's why she's laying down. So she had like, remember in Scrooge the person's sleeping, right?
Yeah.
They wake up, and when they wake up, the ghosts and Anakin does look. There was a shine. If we go back to that picture, you saw the little shine on it. It does look like a Force ghost.
It's like that. He's like a Force ghost, but like really there. It's like it's something that's done on purpose. The way he looks.
Yeah, to make it look like a Force ghost.
Yeah, but
so then he could do Scrooge, right?
But he's not.
You just said 2 minutes ago he could do Scrooge.
I know
he could do Scrooge.
It could, but he doesn't look like a Force ghost there. A Force ghost is complete editing. He looked like he was really there.
I don't want to. You could go either way. I don't think. I think we're reading too much into it. If that's there, but
maybe she did fall in the water and she didn't die, but she's knocked out.
I'm totally cool with that. I'm
really fighting for
in that space. I'm cool with it.
I really want Tony's thing of her being caught by a Pergo. Like I want that. Like that's actually kind of cool. I think because that's the way.
Why is he in? Go ahead.
Because this is why it makes sense. Because then they can go like, oh, this thing flies up, so you can see it fly. When they get there, she can tell Hera, hey, look, these two things. Remember, because Hera's already got the connection with the other fucking shit with her tiki fucking statue and everything else. Blah, blah, blah. We get the 2 rings, flip it out there. That's a 5-minute explanation. So then we can go to the World Between Worlds or whatever the fuck the dream sequence, Scrooge scene in World Between Worlds. Scrooge scene in World Between Worlds. We can do that for 10 minutes. Okay? 10 minutes of that. 5 minutes of coming back to life. And by the way, that means that we get Thrawn then at the end of the episode.
All right. So I'm going to, I don't want to go down a rabbit hole here, but why is he in all black?
That's what he wore.
You're going to say because that's how Ahsoka remembers him.
Last time she's seen him.
But that's what he wears too.
So now I'm going to ask you, you mean all this time, I say all this time, I don't know how many years, that Anakin has been a good guy Force ghost and Ahsoka's been out there. We're going to believe that Anakin has never visited Ahsoka before.
But did you hear me at the beginning saying, don't worry about whatever you've seen and whatever Star Wars was? Dave ain't giving a shit about none of it.
Question, though. It is a good question. If
Go back
to dream, it would make more sense because like she hasn't like smacked her head against whatever.
Well, listen. Okay. So the whole fact is
that throw that out there.
The last time she saw him in Clone Wars season 7 episode when he gave her the lightsabers, he walked away. That's the last time she's seen him.
I choose to believe that's not the last time she saw him.
What was Luke wearing when she saw?
It wasn't because. Yeah.
What was Luke wearing when she saw
black?
All black.
All black. Yeah.
Somebody for subconscious is just like.
Well, who's to say that's not flashbacks? Maybe she's having flashbacks there too. That's another flashback. You don't know. Kind of right. You don't know what's going on.
That's what Tom. Yes, that's what we're telling you. I know. We don't know what's going on, but then you tell us you do know.
I'm just saying, because I'm just trying to say that things that would make a realistic thing. I know that there's a lot of fans in here that don't understand that, and I truly understand that. But I was just thinking for myself that to me, it would make sense that why have those episodes in a Clone Wars cartoon and talk about that and have the episode
you can do in a cartoon that you
Is there something special about Anakin that, and I'm going to go back to Dom's theory here just for the sake of argument here. Is there something special about Anakin that he's able to reach out and grab people that are about to die and suck them into the nether
that's
world?
What I'm trying to say. We don't know if this is his Force ghost.
But the only
because the question
hold on.
If that's something Ghost
Jedi,
can do, why didn't Ben? Huh?
Can I answer that? The only thing
let me finish though.
Well, I want to finish because you asked a question. I didn't get to answer. Okay.
But I don't think he asked all his question yet. I don't think he's done asking his question.
Well, because I'm saying if that's the case, unless there's something special about Anakin, when Luke fell in Cloud City, why didn't Obi-Wan reach out and grab him and pull him into the netherworld?
Because
if that's what they can do.
Because remember, in the Son of Mortis, he was supposed to be the chosen one to be the father.
Okay, so there's something special about Anakin.
Could be a different timeline.
Yeah, he is the son of Mortis.
He's the chosen one.
Okay.
Remember, he was the chosen one. So we'll
But
see.
that was only because he had Mexico.
Go ahead, Marco. I just wanted to finish
Okay,
that
so
thought.
my thing was this. The one thing that everybody's forgetting, and he keeps bringing up, if you watch Rebels and if you watch Clone Wars, and you know one thing from Rebels and Clone Wars, you got to be alive to be in the world between worlds to grab people through it. Dead people don't do that shit.
Thank you. So it could be.
No, you're not thanking me. You're not
Why are you
thanking me.
thanking him for that?
You're thanking me for showing that you're fucking wrong and talking shit that you're not. You have to be fucking alive. Anakin is 1,000% fucking dead, bro. Did you watch the fucking movies? What happened in 77? What happened in 81? Did you not watch that motherfucking movie? Which movie did you watch?
Listen,
Because last time I saw, there's a fucking Death Star up there, and guess what? There's a little baby Luke going.
83, Marco. 83. Get your years right.
In that timeline, this could be a different Anakin from another friggin' part of the world between worlds.
All right, never
You
mind.
don't
Forget
know.
it.
We're done. See what you did.
Next
No,
segment.
we're done. Oh, the books. Yeah. That's
We're
it.
done.
That's it. That's bullshit. He just called that's a bullshit meter. All right, let's talk about. Since we're talking about it, let's talk about some other stuff too. We teased
Give
this
me a
book.
second. I will be back.
All right, we'll see you in a minute. All right,
He's
we
gonna
might
go
be done with
outside
the show
and
by that time. So, Crimson Empire 3, just to let you know, because this is some talk that chatter that was on there earlier in the thing, and we fucking don't know if this is coming down the rope or not. But there was a mention of that there was something else out there that could have effect on the Force, and it was very leaned on that people kept bringing up the Yuzan Vong. I don't think they're coming. I do think somehow in the novels they're using the gifts to get there, but like right now, even if it does happen, that's way down the line. But we'll check a couple books out. First off is Crimson Empire 2, the Council of Blood. Why we're showing you this book is because people have said this is the first appearance, but like in this book and in 2 and in 4 and in 6, you don't actually like that character that's in a robe. This is where it comes, Jedi. This is as much as you see of the person. You see the robe character?
Who is this?
This
It's
is the
supposed
Vong.
to be. He's supposed to be the Yuzan Vong.
Who?
Oh my god,
The Vong.
the Vong. These characters that you see on Invasion
Anyway,
Zero.
is this the first appearance to you?
No,
The person in the robe. I'm asking
No.
Jedi.
no, yeah, that's what we're asking you. Is it does this qualify as the first appearance for Jedi? Person in
Okay.
the robe.
I don't know who this Vaughn is you speak of.
Don't worry about who it is.
Don't worry
Doesn't
about who they
matter.
are.
Okay. So is he saying? So he's there. He
Yeah.
or she? I don't know.
Yeah.
Looks like they are speaking.
Yep.
They're in multiple panels.
Uh-huh.
Do they have a face?
We think so. We never see it. We never.
We see it later in a different book, not this book.
Okay, so we see Vaughn's face later in a different book.
It's a species, not a fucking person.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a species.
Yeah.
Well, are they identified in this book as being the Vong, whatever you call them? These are questions you got to ask and answer,
these are
man.
the right
Don't look at me like
questions.
I'm.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. You were asking me. I was reading the thing.
Are they ever identified in the book as the Vong?
Not this one. I think in 4. No, I
guess it
think
could be
afterwards.
anybody.
No. I think in the second series, after they're not there, they refer back to them, back to it as like the first time we met the Vaughn was during this meeting.
So that we're not identified at this time.
No, not in these books. You're not.
Years later, they were retconned.
Yeah, and then they were
Into
retconned. Yeah.
Okay, so the question then is, can a first appearance be retconned by a future appearance?
No,
Can
not an appearance. A future words.
Appearance in the past be proven by book in the future?
This is a good question. I mean, this is kind of what the Avar Chris thing did too, right? I mean,
No, that was some bullshit.
No, but we later thing lets us know what it was, but it wasn't that thing. But at the time,
no, Matt, the person's not on the fucking cover. No.
So
Good one, though.
To me, it's very similar to the Avar thing.
Well, Avar was not. Avar was a vision. It was a hologram. It was not a real person.
Yeah,
this is a real person or thing.
It's a real species.
It's species.
Yeah.
And
they're
Avar,
there, too.
Avar was a
But
real
not
fucking
named-
person.
Not named until very much later.
Not in that. Not in
No,
the
no,
first appearance,
not
was it?
Nate, not Nate. It was referenced that this was way after they already had the species come out in another book. You see what I'm saying? So they made a reference. They're like, yeah, on that meeting when you guys first came down over here.
Wookiee's taking things personal right now.
My-
Wow.
All right, what did I miss?
The
I guess
Vong.
I'm gonna say.
oh,
I'm gonna say yeah. I guess it's a first appearance.
oh, there's no fucking way this is their first appearance, dude.
No, why you asked me for it? I don't fucking know.
No fucking way. Get out of here.
First appearance-
The
I
goalposts
agree.
move
This is
on-
not a first
The
appearance.
goalposts move on this subject every freaking
no.
time.
No,
I
it
have
doesn't. No,
idea
no,
what
no, no,
first
no.
appearance
No, it's
I
just
agree, Jedi. But because they're not named,
and then their
That's-
first
that's-
appearance shows up. Their first appearance technically shows up, and then after that, they then retcon this in. So they're like, "Hey, remember those fucking that random crazy guy in a robe that kept showing up in a bunch of comic books that we never told you who it was?" Yeah, guess what? I think that's one of these characters.
Well, that's supposed to be the
Now you're
Vong?
saying you think. You did not say I think earlier. You said it
Well, no.
was determined that this was one of those characters.
it's
Well, they said it was, but it was after.
It was said later, but it's
They
not
said
said
like
later.
an Invasion 12, like after
It's
they
like
already.
when you see. I don't know. It
Okay,
doesn't.
so
It doesn't
what is
completely
this the
fit.
first appearance of? It's got to be the first appearance of something, right?
No,
I mean,
Okay, see, I don't understand.
yeah. I don't know. I hear you.
I hear you. This one sucks.
I
Jedi,
understand
this
because
Nothing
like,
is in
I
this
can't
book.
think of a
It
similar
has to
one.
be his first appearance. It is there. Whether or not it's the Vaughn, the whatever.
Yeah, I don't
it's the
think-
first
but what I'm saying
appearance
is,
of
yeah.
something.
Yes, and I think they didn't have an idea of what it was, and then they needed to write something into a book further that has that explains this other character was a relative to him. So they say, "Oh well, yeah, they met your uncle on the ship." It's like, "Oh yeah, that's how we'll make it clarify and explain it." So then they turned it into what originally this wasn't a Yuzan Vong. It just wasn't. So.
Yeah.
Anyways, I guess you could call it a cameo or whatever, but the books don't sell for shit. But I guarantee you, if we get talking
Was
points,
this a
and
hot
people-
debate this week that somehow I wasn't aware of?
no.
I didn't even know.
It's just always one of those things where, like, when
I'm
people
gonna
ask
blame
me
you for
questions.
that.
So, what?
For not telling me this was a hot topic this week. I mean,
But apparently it is because now all of a sudden, September 7th, we talked about it, and fucking 12 books sold on the 7th. So picking up pace on that.
for $5, okay.
Yeah, but selling, bro. Yeah, you'd say
Fair enough.
that book wouldn't sell for shit. Like you might have had 2 sales in 6 months of that book, and then
Well,
7 books sell in one fucking
It's
day.
only one cover that I'm there's only one of those books that I'm interested in. It's
What's
the Crimson. It's was it
The diamond.
the diamond? Because I had Boba Fett on the cover. Boba Fett's on one of the
that's
covers.
not-
I think.
Oh, you're talking about something different than I'm talking
Talking
about.
about, he's
Well,
talking about something completely
And the
different.
diamond one too. Yeah, the diamond one too. But I'm talking about the one I want that it's hard to find. That I can't really find. I haven't seen.
Which is interesting because we'll get into it. So
Yeah.
here's Invasion 1 or 0. Some people consider this a first appearance. They're on the cover.
No, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're on the cover. They're inside.
Who is
It's
they?
0. The Yuzan Vong. That's the characters.
Oh,
That
it's
actually
Vaughn
is
again,
what-
okay.
That's one of the
That's
leaders.
the
of it.
hooded creature that was supposedly there. That's what they look like.
No
Yeah,
way
it's-
that head fits under that hood. Anyway.
Thank you very much. Yeah, all right. Cool.
Jedi's going back now.
Now he's going back.
That's gotta
Now he's back on our side. Yeah, all right. Just a little tidbit, little bit of history about 0. 0 technically was released on StarWars.com in a 2-part. It was the first part. This is fucking gonna blow your mind. So the first part, which would technically be their first, is May 8th, 2099. This is very important. It came as a web comic on StarWars.com. Then in June 5th, 2099, part 2 came out. And then October, the print version of this book came out. Okay? Just remember that. The
Timelines.
book that it's going against is Invasion number 1, which was printed for the publication, July 1st, 2099. You ready to get these dates? Internet, May 8th and June 5th. Printed October 14th. Printed July 1st.
Okay.
The Yuzan Vong are in both of these books. What is the comic first appearance for the Yuzan Vong Jedi.
Go back to the previous slide.
Mhm.
June 5th, it was on StarWars.com in May. Okay, so those
Webcomic.
are not written. Those are not written, so those don't count. Those are
They're
online.
written, they're just not printed. Like
Right, not printed. Sorry, you're right, printed. And then October 14th of 2009, it was printed in
Collected and
comic
printed.
form.
Mhm.
Okay, now go to the next slide.
Mhm.
July of 2009. So I don't know what the guts of these comics are, but I'm going to say July comes before October. But I don't know what's inside these books.
Nope, you're right. That's the correct answer. However, and here's the fucking sticky part. We'll get into it. These books are actually pretty cheap. Like one's still 10, less than 10, and they usually set what if you get zero, the regular zero cover, you get it with multiple books at most time. It's like a $3 or $4 book, $10 if you get the sets. And one will come in those sets too. So you get both 0 and 1 for $10. Sometimes if they're finer grade, somebody paid a lot for $30. Alone.
So what was the discussion on this one? It seems pretty cut and dry.
I'll tell you in a minute. You'll see in a minute. Alone, there's an outlier book that for some reason, one is the first appearance in print, but that's not the most valuable book of their appearance. And we'll show you in a minute. So here's the thing. One, you could get in sets for dirt ass cheap, but then as of our discussion last week, right after that, some stuff happened, and people then started to try to buy these, including very nice versions of them. And like 20 of these fucking books sold too. So we know people are looking at it. Here's the outliner. This is the Diamond Summit book. People try to call it their first appearance.
Okay.
There's 1,000 of these printed. It actually is a lot more 9/8.
Yeah, this is the one you wanted. I remember this book.
Yeah, I like this book. Yeah, everybody buys
Yeah,
this
you
now.
I got two raws sitting here.
Mhm.
Now I got to roll myself.
Raws are going. What did you buy your raws for? Wait a second.
I got one for 15 and one for $4.
$4?
Yep.
They're trick.
It was in a 0 through 6 set for $4 in shipping.
Oh, you fucked up.
And this was the 0 that they had listed.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know it.
Nice. So here we go. This is the one that people actually buy. This book sells for roughly $400. It was under $3. Now their raws are selling for $200 or no, $100, 75 and 100 on average, and their fucking 9.8s now are selling for. It went back up. It's roughly selling for right around $400 on average. So
did this one come out later or something? Is this the?
This was it. You could get it at the Diamond Summit, Chicago. No, in Baltimore. No, in which
What's the
Diamond
print
Summit?
date on
Probably
it, though?
came out later.
Yes, it came out later. Yeah, it came out later.
Was the print date July of 2020?
No, this is
No, it was after that.
When is Diamond?
What was it? 2009. Right now. It's right about now.
Okay, so this one's more expensive because it's more.
It
rare.
was right about
It's just-
now.
It's
These
just
are
1,000 of these.
Yeah, it's 1,000 of them.
Okay.
But that's the desired book, just so you know, which I find
It's
fascinating.
a cool
Let me ask you
cover.
a question really quick.
It's one, yeah. Go ahead.
Do you think the new universe that they go to now, do you think we'll see the Vong?
I think we're gonna see a version of it.
Something, right?
Well, I'm gonna see, yeah, because if you read the novels, they're already. Me and JJ have this big debate all the time. Because there's where they use the GISC. There's also with the Yuzhan Vong had a similar type group too for that. Then it exposes Yuzhan Vong. So like you could see the similar writing style there. We know that Timothy has no problem using them. So
Well, you know that there was a artwork that was done that was never used for Clone Wars that had the Vong in it at one time. That they scrapped it, but it was going to be a scout ship that got into the universe, apparently. In the
I've
Clone
seen
Wars.
that art. Filoni can do what Filoni wants to do.
Filoni can do what he wants.
Even if the Grisk makes more sense canonically, like Filoni,
they don't.
I like the Vong, so I'm going to put the Vong in there instead. Like,
yeah, but the Grisk just he left that open ended where it's because there's a part where the leader of the Grisk says that we're working for them. So like that, you could say that's the other Grisk that he's referring to, or that there's a bigger bad out there that they're working for. Some people, when the book first came out, was implying it was the Emperor. I don't think it was the Emperor.
Not. It's something else. No, but it could be the Vong. It could be.
I think it's the Vong.
Filoni can do what Filoni wants to do, though, so you just never know.
Oh, we know that. We've been watching the Ahsoka show. So, but just keep those in mind. And before when you see it, these ones kind of cheap. And I mean, when they figure out that, like, when somebody questions why that is, like, it's technically one's the first appearance, just so you guys know.
And people are going to always want that zero if the Vong are big.
Yeah, the zero's the book to have. That's like the fucking Thrawn Matina, right? Like,
Yes.
there's really no reason to have
This
the Thrawn
book
Matina.
will be $1,000 in a
It'll be over
98
$1,000, yeah.
if the Vong show up.
It'll be over $1,000.
It'd be like a $500 book, $400 book, raw if they show up, right?
Yeah. Probably because it's so rare.
Yeah.
Like immediately, if you had that up for $400 and they would sell out at some point and somebody would buy it.
Well, these did sell. These, I mean, they sell for
Well, I'm saying for raw. A raw would sell for 400.
At this time,
If I posted one of my now, which I'm not going to do, for 400 and the Vong showed up and there's only a couple on eBay because there's.
I will tell you this. I'll tell you this. Most of the ones that aren't graded because they're not 9.8s.
Mine's not 9.8. Mine's 9.6.
No, I actually think mine's a 9.8. I think.
We're getting dollar jars.
But for $4, I'm buying a 9.6.
I gotta find it. I'll find it.
That's a great deal, Wacy here.
Let me ask you something. You know when the Dark Horse came out with these books,
We think you're and Bruce are the luckiest.
a lot of books had the gold foil on top.
Okay.
Like the dark. Like
you're talking about when they were doing PGX books, or not PGX. The Force, the
dark.
No, the stuff you could buy through Diamond. Not PX,
yeah, they had the special edition.
PX.
Gold, yeah,
like the PX shit. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did they have? You think they have one of these like that? No, right?
No.
Not at all.
Okay. No. There was the Dark Force. Was it Dark Force variant? What the fuck was it?
Yeah, it was a Dark Horse variant from.
Not Dark Horse. Was it the Dark Force variant? It was It was either the PX or the.
What are you talking
DF.
about?
The variants that they did for it was DF. It was the DF variant for fucking Star Wars Dark Horse.
No, there was something else. They had gold foil for like a couple issues.
Rainbow gold foil. Yeah, it's a
yeah.
DF.
That's Dynamic Forces.
Dynamic Forces. Yes.
No. It was something else.
There is. I mean, I'm trying to think. There's a variant for Invasion Rescues, which is a Dark Horse variant.
Was it PX? Because
it was an autographed DF was an autograph Jedi Quest. There was a DF for that. There was a DF for
There's a lot of DFs.
There's a lot of DFs. I don't have them all.
But
I'm trying to get them all. But there's so many DFs. You got one for you. You got two for Union.
Okay.
Because Union 4 of DFs. Maul 1 has a DF. Chewbacca 1 has a DF.
There's like 6 of them in the Dark Horse original Star Wars line.
We can go through that sometime when we need content. We can go through all the DFs.
Dude, there's so many DFs. It's like PXs. Like, dude,
but like, what is it? Outlander 11 has a DF for some random reason, right?
That's what I'm saying. I think like Star Wars 8 has a DF.
It might. Yeah.
It doesn't might. I have it right back there. It has it.
I don't know, but yeah, there's.
Which I think it's 8. It's somewhere around there. Like there's just random DFs all over the fucking place, isn't it? Whenever they start a new arc DF, they just felt like doing DF. All right. Well, there you go. Check that book out. Stop buying this book because I want to buy more sheep. You fucking losers.
I'll keep buying them for cheaper.
What's that?
I'll just keep buying them for cheaper. So Marco doesn't have any.
Oh yeah.
I'll trade you one. I'll trade you one of my copies for your.
You're not gonna trade me. You don't have anything that I want.
Jedi versus.
You have nothing that I want. But yeah. So there we go. Yeah, because I only want a 9.8. I don't want a fucking 9.4.
That's what I'm talking about. It's not the DF. It's the gold foil covers.
Those. Oh yeah. Those are
the ones I'm talking about.
Those are limited to 2,500. Those are Dark Horse.
Yeah, those are the ones I'm talking about. Did the Invasion have those?
No. Tales of the Jedi have it.
Yeah.
That series has it, and the second series of that has it.
Yeah. Okay.
There's 3 series that have the gold foil. There's also platinum foil for some of those.
Yeah, there's platinum foil.
Platinum foil are not as rare as the gold foil.
And then they had what's the stupid Aaron? The Aaron thing had something on it too. Whatever, man. All right, cool. Watch the rest of the shows. Make sure you guys turn to TAC. We're gonna review. We'll have Bruce first sticks on. Obviously, there was fucking tomfoolery occurring in Baltimore, so we'll cover that. make sure you turn into the guy's old person show where you can hear them apparently rant that if you don't have a fucking AARP card, you can't have opinions on anything. Apparently,
I thought Dom, when Dom was going to get up there, he's like, "I'll be right back." I thought Dom was going to pull out his walker because that was like what he has to have a, a legitimate view on Star Wars. So I was just waiting for Dom to pull the walker out.
No, that's not what I said. I was saying that the people today.
Freddie, nope, we've already done it. We've already heard it.
No,
Dom, even your buddy's telling you no. So no. All right. Anyways,
I'm not
make sure you're checking out Get Off My Lawn. Make sure you're checking out SNS. Make sure you're going over and reading certain top 10 lists. Hey, Pete, how you doing? Yeah, we'll see you guys. We'll see you guys later. Oh wait, shit! I have to get out of here. Hey, thanks everybody. Thanks for being there. What did Marco do?
Telling you.
Yeah, dude. Hey, listen. Oh, where's BK? BK, I thought you're so popular. You send down all the thunder, all that bravado. Not one person tried. Not fucking one.
We
All
do
right,
need
here
to
we
get AARP to sponsor this. Like, we need our first sponsor to be AARP.
AARP, dude.
We have a legitimate shot at them being our first sponsor.
I think we do.
I don't think they want to sponsor our show.
Yeah, it's a perfect demographic.
Now,
All right,
please
guys.
reach out to them for us.